What up, chat? Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello. Nightshade, dude. What is up? How is it going? Good morning. Hi. Hi. How is it? Jordy, what's up? Nightshade, good to see you on time this time. What is up, dude? How's it going? Aiden, Big Lacana. Hello, hello. Whisper. What is up? I don't know where I put my mouse. Here it is. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Fine, bye. No, 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 don't go anywhere. I don't want you to go anywhere. I was kidding. I love you. What's up? All right, let me fix this just a little bit. There we go. How's it going, everybody? Good morning. How are we? Yellow, how's it going? Hello, hello. So yeah, we're going to be continuing building out our Rust application today, which honestly, we've been just doing the greatest job at, you know? We really have been. We've just been writing just files and files of Rust code. It's been so productive. And what I actually mean by that is you guys have been incredibly distracting. And I haven't been able to get any of my programming time. I will be leaving soon, to be honest. Got to drive my wife. Well, that's okay. That's okay. That's understandable. Obviously, family comes first. And then Alta for stream. What's up, Musty? How's it going? Oxidized iron time. Yeah, agreed. Chat distracting lies. Yeah, no. Yeah, and you guys never. So how's it going? We're gonna starting the streams like this. I've kind of realized that we spend a lot of time in just the one scene, and so I kind of want to start the stream. If we're gonna talk for the first hour of the stream or whatever, then I might as well be in. I might as well be in a chatting view. Did you do Iden's hydrate? Do it now. Oh, I didn't. Hold on, let me do it. Sorry. There we go. Oh, my coffee. I basicked this morning and just ordered Starbucks because I was tired. But here's the thing. Here's the great part about it. I woke up this morning and I was like, am I going to stream? And then I looked at my hair and I was like, I don't think I have to shower. Or, well, I don't think I have to, like, you know, do my full agenda normally. Because I did take a shower last night and I was like, I think I'm good. So I was like, all right, let's just get into it. So I'm not as awake as I normally. Well, to be fair, I'm normally not that awake either. But I'm still getting the crusties out of my eyes. Let's put it that way. Good day. Hey, good morning, Ace. How's it going? Hello, hello. Sorry if I'm being disgusting here. I'm trying to like wake myself up. All right. We're good. Okay. Hello. Good morning. So yeah, guys, today's going to be an interesting day. We are we're so happy to see you. Thanks, Ace. I appreciate that. So we're going to be working today. I want to get Rust code done today. Like, it's just we're going to be getting code done today. There's no ifs and buts about that. However, for me to stream today, here's the caveat. For me to stream today, I have a meeting at 10 a.m., which is in like 30-ish minutes, right? Now, it'll only be like a quick one, like 30 minutes. It's not meant to go beyond an hour, right? But I have to join it. I have to help in it, actually. So I will be taking that call. And we'll just take a little break, you know? We'll just take a little 30-minute break. You guys can listen to jams. And then we'll hop back into the programming. Exactly. Yeah, easy. I mean, I'll be here. You can look at me, right? Like, you'll be able to look at my beautiful mug. But yeah, that's gonna... And then we'll program until, like, noonish or so. So we'll have time. We'll have time to work. We'll definitely have time to work. I hope you guys have been having a good week. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope it's not been too crazy. Hopefully there hasn't been too many bugs, too many challenges. And if there were, I hope the challenges were good. Also 10:30, so you're late. Yeah. 10:30 for you, sir. Not for me. For me, I'm still in the past, Nightshade dude. I'm still in the past. All right, let's hop into it. All right, hi. See, isn't that much more fun when we transition like that? That's nice. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to install stuff with Puppet that wasn't meant to be normal stuff. Nice. How you doing, by the way, okay? Besides that. Hey, folks, it's Friday. How we doing? What's up, the Rob White Twitch? How's it going, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for the 26 months, dude. 26 months. Thank you. Seriously, that's so long. Thank you for being a part of our community, man. Appreciate you. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope everything in your side of the world is well. Thank you for the follow as well. Magath, what is it? Magrathian designer. Jeez, that took me a second. It's okay. I know how to speak words. I just have to sometimes spell them out. Okay, I have to make sure we're good. I did like I said, I basically just woke up and said, F it, let's stream. So hold on. So high desktop is okay. All right, you know what? Before I go into this, actually, I want to show you guys some changes I made really quickly to my dot files because they're hold on. I was worried that there might have been processes with bash m's in them, so I was like, oh crap, that I just doxed myself. Good, kind of excited to get some Kubernetes studying in this weekend, but very interested in reading about it for my CKA cert. Here's the thing, dude. You ready? Alcaeus, I'm going to predict your future. You ready for this? You're gonna go spend time with Kubernetes. You're gonna learn till your heart's content, right? And then you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna, after you get to that point where you feel comfortable, you're just gonna go, huh. and that's about as far as that'll go. And then if you end up actually using it, then you'll use it. If not, then I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I learned a ton about Kubernetes. I know Kubernetes enough now to be able to contribute to the code base if I really needed to. And I don't know, dude. Like it's a very fascinating tool. However, it is also a bit like, how do I put it into words? It's like going out and buying a really, really, niche car. I was gonna say kind of like a Tesla, I guess, right? It is. It's kind of like a Tesla. Like, it's built differently. It's powered differently. However, it also requires you to do things differently, right? Like, for example, a Tesla requires you to go to Tesla stations to get, to pump your, or well, not pump your, you know what I mean, to charge your car. And so like Kubernetes is the same way, right? Like it thinks differently. It works differently. Yeah, thank you. Pump your electricity. I told you I was tired. All right. I couldn't even say your name right the first time. Now I just feel stupid for not being able to say that word. How's it going? Hello. Good morning. I'm just kidding, by the way. But yeah, no. It's a very very like specific tool that has a lot of really cool things about it. But you're realistically like, you shouldn't always be using Kubernetes. Yeah, that's my TLDR on that one. It's my, like, realistically, in my opinion, you shouldn't be using Kubernetes all the time. You should not. I think it has very, very fantastic use cases in a company. Like, for example, right now we use it as what is called our janitor cluster. Actually, no, we don't just use it for that. We use it for a lot of it. But basically, like, none of our services run on Kubernetes. The only things that run on Kubernetes are like ad hoc jobs, back-end processes, things like that. Now, it's not to say that we don't want to use Kubernetes more in the future, or that we're even moving towards or not moving towards that, because we are. Like, we're going to use Kubernetes more for sure. But what I will say is like how we're even stepping into the Kubernetes world isn't just like dive first and move everything. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, cool. We figured out how to make Kubernetes clusters. Okay, cool. Now we can like make them in every environment very quickly. Okay, cool. Now what are we going to use it for? You know what I mean? And so then that's what, and then we had, don't get me wrong, we had ideas. We definitely had some ideas on things that we wanted to use it for. But yeah, no, it was like, again, like crons make a lot of sense to run in Kubernetes. They're super easy to set up. And like when we talk about like what a cron is and like how to manage it, it's just a challenge no matter what. Kubernetes does do a fantastic job of solving the cron problem. But when we talk about like services, right? That's when that's when the waters get muddied quite a bit. And what I mean by that is like, well, what kind of service? Is it a service that just runs in a container? Then yeah, Kubernetes could probably do a fantastic job of that. It's easy peasy. You know, does it need volume support? I guess a little bit more challenging. Does it need ingress support? It's a little bit more challenging. Does it need, and just like does it need service account access? A little bit more challenging. You know what I mean? Like it just, as you add on to the complexity of your application and what you're going to do in Kubernetes, and you need more things from it, that's when it becomes more challenging, because Kubernetes is fantastic at running containers. However, it doesn't have answers to like every part of the stack well made. So like volumes, challenging. It depends where you're at. If you're in the cloud, volumes would probably be pretty trivial, right? Your cloud provider, Amazon, Google, Azure, whatever, they're gonna take care of that abstraction for you, so that when you ask for a physical volume or a whatever they're called, volumes, whenever you ask for a PV, you get a PV, right? And you get a PV in the cloud infrastructure that they host. If you do it locally, you get a PV however you set it up. You know what I mean? Like, I just, that's on you. Ingress, same thing. If you want to route traffic to your service from outside sources, from a cloud provider perspective, that normally comes out of the box, like ingress, like an Amazon load balancer, or again, Azure load balancer, whatever, right? If you're doing it locally, good luck, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's tons of options. And it really kind of trickles throughout most of Kubernetes. And like, those are the things that are like, running containers in Kubernetes isn't really that challenging. It's like everything else. So unless you have a good system of maintaining that, which I even talk about in my front end masters course that's going to be released here soon, about making automation that solves problems of like, okay, I want a off the shelf front end service. What does that all give me? You know what I mean? Okay, well, you get a config with it, instead of thinking like, okay, I have a service and I need to give it all these things. We say like, okay, no, we have service types and you get these things, right? It's a bit easier to then support later on. And that can help with Kubernetes, but yeah. I'm honestly curious to see where work goes with it. We are behind the curve, just starting to get into containers. I mean, dog, you're not behind the curve because you're just getting into containers. Like, I know that's going to sound weird, but like, are you making money? Like, are you a company? Like, there are tons of people out there who sink more than they need to in cloud I mean, to be fair, we do it because we're a stream and it's like part of our gig, you know? But like, yeah, like, no, man, like, there's nothing, like, I moved from running, okay, you ready for this? Okay, you ready for this? All right. I moved from running vSphere on, this cloud setup nonsense in my garage to saying, you know what? I'm just going to manage my servers with Nix because I like that. And now I'm just using, I'm not even running virtual machines, dog. I'm just running servers, okay? Like, that's all I'm saying. Is like, it's fine. You're not necessarily behind the game because you're doing something one way, man. It's just, yeah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to show you guys, hey, how many of you here are good with Neovim? Like, in the sense of like customizing it and stuff. Give me a 1 in chat. I need to know how many of you here like understand like setting up language servers and stuff like that. Is there anybody here who knows that? I also run bare metal and container. It's a waste to run a VM to run more stuff. Yeah. I mean, it depends, right? If you need that, yeah. I got my own dot file, so yeah. What's the question? I'll give you the question once I figure out how many people here know what I'm talking about. All right, so not many. Oh God, you guys are letting me down. Okay, all right, so check it out, chat. I have a two-parter here, and I need to see if any of you guys have any input on this. So I have my Neovim essentially set up with Nix, okay? And the TLDRs is that I'm using LSP config, and just, normal LSP servers, right? Or language servers. Sorry, language servers. LSP servers, Jesus. And so yesterday, let me show you now. Pay attention. I went and redesigned my languages setup. I've seen a few people using what's it called? LSP 0. And I will say I went and looked at primes and I was like, okay, what are you doing? Actually, I looked at primes, Teiges, bashes, a few of our friends. And I was like, all right, guys, what are you doing? And so I looked at everybody's. And I will say out of the ones that I looked at, Tej was still using the old school setup approach, which was just like LSP config, language server setup. And I think bash was too. And then I looked at primes and I saw that prime had LSP 0. And I had not heard of that. And so I was like, ooh, okay, what is this? This is interesting. And so I went and took a look at it and I was like, you know what? I really like this. And so I basically set up LSP 0 as well. Now I use NVim comp, which he doesn't use. So I had to figure out how to set up NVim comp with it, which I did do. Like, we're good. I got it. Again, thankfully, with Prime's examples and like me being able to take my existing code. And honestly, LSP 0's got pretty good documentation. Most of the questions I had around, I was like, okay, yeah, I get this. This is pretty good. And so basically, this I stole from Tej. Thanks, Tej. That helper function right there is a lifesaver. That's a really nice helper function right there. But yeah, no. And so basically, what I did was I set up all my comp stuff. And like you can see here, like for me, I use like tab 9, tree sitter, and a bunch of other things here that I Lewis snip, all that. Hold on, I'll give you 1 second. Just give me 1 second, Humanth, and then I'll answer it. So this is all pretty standard, right? If you know LSP 0, like this is all pretty standard. We set up the main preset, the workspace. Here's all my language servers. Obviously, I manually set them up, so I have to list them here. I also did the Somnuco Lua fix, which came from Prime, so I appreciate that. And then I do my comp setup here. Now, all this is just like formatting, so you don't really need to pay attention to any of this. It's just you can see here, it literally says format, and it's just all relating to formatting for tab 9 and stuff, so it looks a little bit prettier. I map my mappings and then I update my sorting so that tab 9 is actually a higher priority, because again, I use tab 9 a lot, right? So like one thing I will say, one thing that was really nice is I was able to take, again, our friends is shout out to Bash, Tej, and Prime for their dot files. I'll get some links and I'll send them. Unless, like, if you guys can get those for me and share them in chat, I'd greatly appreciate it. But yeah, no, after going through their dot files and kind of like using it as a base template, I was able to kind of like meld it into what I wanted, which was much more like, all right, like, let's put comp on top of this. Let's get tab 9 on top of this. Let's get the weighting system improved so that like tab 9 is more of a ongoing, like I want to use tab 9 a lot more, right? Like I want to use the machine learning that I have available to me and literally what I can pay for to use it more. And so like it was nice to be able to have those, again, have theirs as like templates and stuff. So I would recommend looking at their dot files and stuff if you're interested in any of this too. I set some preferences and stuff here. And then I just set up my key maps, and these are like my normal key maps. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, go check out their dot files. They've got some really good stuff in there. Tej has also got some thank you, guys. Aiden, Jordy, and Alkeus. I love you guys. Thank you. I highly recommend taking a look at their dot files. Tej's is very interesting because he's got a lot of really nice helper functions in it. And like I said, like this auto command thing, it was really nice to be able to just be like, oh, okay, I just like make a simpler function that sets up the auto command for you. So anyways, hold on, I'm not done yet. So again, long story short, I got all of that out of, oh yeah, I need to look at Kickstart. That's a good point. I always forget that that's like a thing now. I honestly really haven't touched my Neovim stuff in a while. I will look at that. So here's the thing I want to show you guys. Here's the real like thing here is like what you see here is the entire LSP setup now, right? It's just this one file, right? And again, it's this amalgamation of all of our friends' language server configurations with my preferences, you know, sprinkled over it. Now here's the interesting thing, and here's what I want to show you guys because I have an issue and I don't know how to fix it. Okay. Now if I go here and I just like open up the flake file, or here, let's go to a Lua file, right? And then I just like blah, 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 like that, right? You'll see that I get an unexpected, like I get a virtual text, right? Something telling me that something's broken, right? In Lua, in most of the languages, this works fine, right? If I go to another project here, let's go to like Pulumi GitHub, and then I go to like, you know, index, right? You could see that, bam, it immediately kicks in and it gives me some type of virtual text, right? Here's the thing. When I am in Rust, and say, for example, I go in here. Now, for starters, Rust Analyzer takes a second to start, which is a bit of a bummer. But it is what it is. There it goes. Once you see my parsing change colors, that's when the analyzers actually started. But this is what's really kind of ruining my Rust experience right now, is if I do like this, where if I just put in a third semicolon, if I just like start changing, I don't get any of my actual virtual text, right? It's until I actually save the file that then I get my virtual text and find my error. So I have looked at LSP info, and the only thing I found in there was nothing related to, it's LSP log actually, I think is what you're looking for. Yeah. So the only thing I found in here is this, which is no handler found for workspace diagnostic refresh, which, okay, sure, that makes sense. However, I cleared the logs and then I went through it and it never came back up. Oh, okay. So that's what I was going to say. It seems like this is something Rust Analyzer is probably doing. Okay. So then that's just how it works. That's it. That's fine. If that's it, that's it. Like, that's fine. I'm just trying to understand the expectations with Rust Analyzer, and like, because here's the thing that's weird, guys. This is like, if I do this, I have it in my workspace diagnostics. Right? Like, I see it in I haven't saved yet. And I've got it in my workspace diagnostic. It's only until I save that I actually get it like that. So I don't know if maybe that's a wrong expectation. Again, bam, only added it, right? Just added it. Workspace diagnostics is populated, right? Get rid of it. Oh, wait, hold on. Did it just do it now? Let's try it again. So again, doom, boom. Yeah. Go back. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like if I guess that probably forces a re-render maybe. I don't know. It feels like something's not rendering. Right? But like it works everywhere else. And so that's why I'm like, it shouldn't be the theme, because if it was the theme, it wouldn't work with other languages, right? Yep, workspace diagnostics are not linked to show errors. So how doth one link that? Dude, I have a really good... BG, put a cooldown of a few seconds on keyboard. We need to implement cooldowns first there, homie. That's not a feature in Quirk yet. Yeah, sorry, no idea. But yeah, no, I don't either. It's a weird thing. So like, I think Brain Dreezy's right. Workspace diagnostics are not linked. I think that's possible. You link it by sending PR to Rust Analyzer. Yeah, but does this mean that everybody is doing this? Like, does that mean that like everybody, like, I mean, I would imagine Prime programs in Rust quite often. I mean, I'm sure, I think he does still. Like, does this happen to him? Has he brought this up at all? I think Prime would know. I'll message him. I don't know if he'll be able to answer me within a... Oh, he's literally live right now. Let me ask him really quickly. Hang on. Hold on.
All right, so pretty exciting stuff gonna happen today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty excited about this stuff.
Cool. All right.
All right, I'm pretty excited about this stuff. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna I assume this is all gonna work out.
Okay. I think he's done now. All right. Cool. So this seems to be expected behavior. It basically is what it seems like. It seems to be expected behavior. All right. Well, whatever. If it is, it is. Like, I guess that's the case. You heard it from him himself, the man himself. What are we talking about? So basically, I started working with Rust more, and Prime uses Rust a lot. And so I wanted to see if he runs into the same problem I do, where you don't actually get virtual text errors until you save, right? Like this. And so once I save, they go away, right? Now, again, I asked Prime, per the recommendation of chat, if he runs into that same problem. And it looks like he does. As a matter of fact, it looks like it's just a common, like, it's just how it works. So, yeah, if that's the case, then that's it. That's fine. All right. So I have 9 minutes before I need to run into my meeting. Damn it. All right. Exactly. Yeah. The LSP bug. Yeah. Okay. So at least while I've got a few minutes here, let's do this really quickly. Let's do Nick's develop. And let's actually just go into the shell. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate that. I hope he doesn't think that was weird that I came over and asked him while I was streaming. I don't think so. Okay, cargo run. If I do cargo run, then it should build it and run it for the first time. Prime? Oh, yeah, he's great people. Yeah, we've known him for quite some time. Generate. So if I run generate, okay. I think I need to do dash, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So now I've got this. And so if I do it without config, I should get an error. Or, okay, so it doesn't look like I made it required, maybe? But CLang seems to update error message in insert mode. Does it? Yeah, I'm not sure. So this is optional. Okay. And the reason why we make this optional is because we want this to be from, by default, we want this to be from the, what's it called? Local file. Okay. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT some stupid questions. Because I'm just rusty with Rust. So here in the generate, I think what we'd want to do is we want to have like our default config, right? And then I think we'd want it to be, I guess we could just call it build.json. Like we could literally just use the same thing. Is that synth lo-fi? It's whatever is playing right now on Twitch. It's like we're using Twitch soundtrack. So if you do playlist, there you go. Yeah. It's really good at that, man. You know, it is really good at that. Okay, so default config. So I guess here's the thing: is like if I want to make something mutable, I have to put a mutate in front of, or a MUT in front of it, right? So now if I want to be like default config equals C, obviously I don't think that's gonna work exactly. Oh, well, that's right, the unexpected semicolon, because this isn't Go, or this isn't what's it called. But these might not be the same. Oh no, these are the same thing. Oh wait, this is an actual @string, whereas this is an str. Interesting. Why are you using CLI create? I think Rust comes with everything out of the box for executables these days. Just something to start with. I'm not good with Rust, as you might be able to tell. And so I'm like catching back up with what I remember, as well as like trying to build this thing from, you know, a different language I built this already in. So yeah, I mean, eventually we can change it so that we can, you know, if we don't want it to be the same thing, we can use something else. So if I just do this, this is just a normal string. Whereas that is a, okay, I see. So maybe I'm casting this wrong. That could also very well be it. Is that maybe cannot find string. Oh wait, it would have to be like this, right? Yeah. Interesting. String in this scope. Well, so if that's that, then what is the difference between this string? Oh God, that's right. I forgot about that with Rust. Don't make me cast types. Okay. Oh snap! I got 4 minutes before I gotta jump into this meeting. At str. Okay, so let's do this. Let's ask the robot. Okay. So one is at str or or whatever str, and then one is option string. So what is the difference between str and string in Rust? Ampersand, thank you. Yeah, I can't speak today. So do you have to do the from thing? Because I think there's something where you can do like string, yeah, from or whatever. I don't think it's that though. From string. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, so is that what we would have to do here? Haha! Oh, no, that's not right. Damn it. Okay, what did we do wrong? The delayed thing is not really helping me right now. So would you quote it? Like this? Is this what you're saying? Whatever this is? Or you're saying just do... means like a string. Yeah, no. I understand that it's a string pointer. I'm trying to understand how I make it that. You want string... Oh. But so, okay, so here's the thing, though. Here's what I... Okay, let me tell you what I'm trying to do first, right? So basically what this CLI tool does... Yeah, trust me, pointers are fun. What the CLI does is this is taking build.json, right? As a default... String. Oh, I see. I think I see what you're saying. I think you're saying this. Right? Also, I got to get rid of these semicolons, dude. Sorry. I am not used to having semicolons. All right, remove this. I think I see what we're saying now. Okay. Expected here. Oh, I needed a semicolon there. Okay. Haha. Okay. All right. I got you now. Okay. So then we'd say default config equals C. Is that expected semicolon? Oh, did I do it? I think I did it. Cannot move out of C, which is what? The default config was str. Hold on. Oh shit, what time is it? Because C is type string default config variable default config. Oh, that's what I just did. That's weird. And then it told me not to. Mismatched. And then we'd evaluate it, right? Like that. Okay, so I think I see what you're saying. So, okay, so just before I go to my meeting here, I know. I'm going to open my laptop right now. Before I go to my meeting, are we saying that whenever we want to evaluate a pointer, we have to basically use the from? Dog, I know. I was not very happy that I had to go into a meeting. Trust me, I was. But is that basically what I'm getting here? Is like you either like when you're accessing a pointer See, okay. See, this doesn't actually seem to want to give me any ability to do that. Oh, or it did. I just didn't get completion on it. Go read the book. Shut the up, Dirk. You go shut up. Hi Dirk, how's it going? All right, let me hop into my meeting. All right, so listen up guys. I have to hop into a super quick meeting. I will be back. I probably within like 50. Shut up, cat bro. All you guys be mean. All right, I just want to learn live. All right, with you guys, I get bullied. I guess is really what's going to be the outcome of that. So maybe I don't want. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on a meeting really quickly. I'm gonna put the BRB screen up. And yeah, I'll be right back. If I can talk, I'll talk, obviously. But, you know, talk amongst yourselves. Enjoy the chat. No, string copies from whatever the pointer was to a string. Okay, so it makes it literal because everything is immutable. Right. Okay. Okay, one last question. Are immutable objects even mutable? Or are they technically new objects? Okay. All right. Hi. Hi, chat. I'm back. That's it. We're done. Hold on. There we go. Now I fixed it. Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go into a meeting for work really quickly. 30-minute meeting. We were talking about basically we're moving a lot of what we are used to deploying every 2 weeks to what's called FBR for us, or feature-based releases. And the idea behind it basically is that every time you make a change, that change is going to go out basically right then. When you merge it, boom, just, you know. And we have a lot of integration and automation so that we don't like shoot each other, you know, shoot ourselves in the foot, you know, while we're doing this and stuff. And so I normally don't have meetings on Fridays. I normally don't, but this is one I kind of needed to go to, so. All right, so let's do, you know what's interesting? Oh, wait a second. What's going on here? None of my auto completion is working right now. Compy's not working. That's not good. I wonder why. Georgie, what's up? How's it going? Thank you. I'd like you to do the names. Okay. Uh-oh. None of my auto completion is working now, but it was working earlier. Ugh. Okay, so I mean Rust Analyzer's working at least because I'm getting this and highlighting's working. Is tab 9 running? It is running. So tab 9 is even running. What is going on with my... Yeah, no, I'm a little confused here. I should be able to see like, yeah, see there's that. Oh, yeah, it is working. What? Dude, what is going on with Rust? Yeah, see, look, I'm even getting like, yeah, so it is working. Dude, I think my Rust just setup is just scuffed or something. Like, I don't know. Oh, there. Oh, no. What? Okay, so I'm not the only whatever. Yeah, okay. I don't know what that was, but whatever. That's fine. We'll just move on. Default config. All right, so I want to see what this is going to print for us. Should have snake case name. Oh, that's right. Shut up. All right. Config. Or here, let's just do config default. There, because then we've got config and then we've got config default. Okay. Let's go here. Let's delete that really quickly. Nix run generate my config. So I should get my config.json as the output here. But what is up, everybody? How's it going? Hello. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you for hanging out with me during that whole time. I appreciate it. Again, sorry that I had to take a step away for a second there and go into a meeting, but because I stayed live, I'm now able to continue working and hanging out with you guys. So it worked out. Maya's Bell, I think. Maya's Bell. Hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. If I said that wrong, I am sorry. All right. Did it run? Okay, so we did get that. Cool. All right, and it did in fact get updated as well, so that's dope too. Why are we getting this printed twice? Because we're doing this. Okay. Okay, so now we have our default config, right? And this is the file path that we're going to try and learn, or that we're going to try and load from. So now what we want to do is we're gonna go back to the robot god, and let's see how good it is. How do I read a file in Rust? The robot god. Oh god. The follow up regarding, so we'll move to true before, so we still have the control of random APRs. On the other hand, creating so many ring stickers on the board. I'm gonna let Pankaj answer that first before I do. Okay, robot god, what do you say? Can read a file in Rust using the standard fs read to string function from the standard library. This function takes the pass as a file argument and results or returns a result string IO error where OK variant contains the contents of the file as a string. Okay. How do I check if the file exists first? Dog. My coffee got a little cold though. I might get up and warm up my coffee. Give me 1 second. Let me warm up my coffee really quick, chat. Okay, so what do we got? What do we got? You can use standard fs metadata function from the standard library to check if a file exists before attempting to read it. This function takes the path of the file as an argument and returns result metadata IO error, where the OK variant contains the metadata about the file, such as the size, creation time. If the file does not exist, the function will turn IO error variant and set error kind to not found. Okay, here's an example of how to use this function to check if a file exists before reading it. Okay, so let file path match fs metadata. Okay, so I guess what we'd want to do now is we'd want to do match, do a snippet, because I'm using snippets now, fs metadata, right? Oh, did I do capital? I did do capital. Let's try that again. Fs metadata, right? And then the path we're going to give it is config default. And we're going to change this to config path. Yeah, that's fine. So sum. So actually, this is going to be OK, right? Because it says it returns OK or an error, right? So we'll do error as well. I'm starting to understand it, chat. And then do we need none? We don't need none because it's either going to be error. Yeah. So we're matching against OK and error. Okay. So then they don't actually use anything here, which is kind of interesting. Let file contents, or here, let's say config contents equals. Let's move this over here so that this is easier. Put it like this. Let config contents fs read to string config path dot expect, or no, expect. What does expect do? Failed to read file. Returns the contained OK value consumed. Because this function may panic, its use is generally discouraged. Instead, prefer to use match pattern to handle the error. Oh. So does that mean I'd have to do a match within a match to make this technically work the way that they're talking about? Right? So like essentially, wait, did I not just save that? Oh crap, I didn't save it. Dang it. I played myself. Okay, so then let file contents equals fs read read to string. And they're saying you should do a match. So then in that case it'd be match fs read to string config path, right? And then we'd match against them, and this returns a result string or an error. So would it be like okay result? Again, I'm just kind of guessing here. And then like error? Oh, I forgot my semicolon. Heaven forbid. 0 fields. String. Okay, cool. So yeah. Is this a Linux machine? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. How it behaves. Hold on one second. I gotta check something for work really quickly. But yeah, this is a Linux machine. If you're curious, you could do this in chat. How are you guys doing, by the way? You guys having a good Friday? Chill. Oh my gosh, my coffee. I drink yerba mate. Yerba mate is good. I like yerba mate as well. Don't ask me for it. Thank you. No, no, damn it. All right. Hang on, chat. I gotta plug in my stinking YubiKey. I'm checking on our cluster at work, chat. Give me 1 second. Yeah, nothing crazy. The blood of the ant is okay. The fuck? All right, whatever that is. Okay, so result contains the error value. Oh, so is that what that was freaking out about? Was just that I didn't. Okay, and so the path here needs to be the config path, right? All right. I mean, I can. That's. I mean. So I wonder if like a better approach here would be like function, you know, read file, right? Something like this, and then be like, okay, we'll take this match. We'll come down here, right? We'll go up here. We'll put this here. And then like config path can just be, right? Like you see what I'm saying? Like, I think this might be what we want to do. Config path string, right? So it's just a good old fashioned string, right? Oh, that's because I converted it. So that means, sorry, this has to be. Well, no, because see, this is the actual string itself. Value moved here. Unused variable E. Let's get rid of these for right now. All right, I'm doing a little bit of exploring here. Metadata config path. So what is, this is the actual metadata. What is on this? Like metadata dot to owned is dir is file created modified file type is symlink into clone try into Interesting. So it doesn't actually, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it doesn't actually re-give you like the file name or anything like that. Accessed? Returns the last time accessed. So yeah, it's just pure metadata. Yeah, it's just pure metadata. It's not like a stat, I guess. Okay. Well, that's fun. Move occurs here because config. Oh, okay, so let's move you back over here and let's read this a bit more. Which has not been implemented with the copy trait. So does that mean that? Interesting. So how would you do this? Oh, I see. Because it moves out of scope. Interesting. Okay. Let's ask the robot. Why do you single-use Starbucks container when you are at home? Why do you have a single-use Starbucks container when you are at home? Because I'm lazy, and this morning I was very tired, and so I just ordered coffee. Show how to how do I pass a string as a parameter from one scope to another in Rust? Okay. And that's because that's a set of characters. I see. In both examples, the string that is passed as a parameter function was... Note that when passing as a parameter, it will move the ownership of the string to the function, so it will not be available for use after the function call. If you want to pass a string and still use it afterwards, you can pass a reference to the string using the operator like myString. Right. Okay. So what it's saying here, from my understanding, is that what we probably want to pass is a reference or a pointer to the string instead of the string itself, because if we pass the entire thing, then it gets... Oh my God, I just realized what move means now. Because it literally moves the memory allocation block to the scope of the function from the previous function. It literally moves. Wow. Do you have languages, LSP servers installed as a sys package or locally in the Nix shell? So they're technically system packages right now, Cosmo. Yeah. They're just installed at the system level. Yeah. Result. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. Does that make sense to you? Am I understanding that correctly? That basically, if I pass like a non-reference or pointered value to a new function, when it moves it, right? It literally moves the reference or that variable, or I'm sorry, that value to the new scope of the new function, meaning that it's no longer manageable to the outside function, right? Which is not really what we're... Okay, yeah, I think I get that. See, value moved here. That's interesting. Borrow moved value, borrower... So I am curious as to why. May I ask a DevOps CD question? No, you can ask we're live right now, so you can always ask while we're live. Yeah. But yeah, Cosmo, they're just installed at the root right now. Okay, so I get the passing of the variable thing. FS metadata took the value. Okay, I see that. I understand that. Do I have to give it to FS metadata, I guess is my question. Right? Or could I give it a reference instead? Exactly. Okay, so I could pass it a reference. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're basically answering my question. So here's the thing, right? Let's look at this really quickly, and I appreciate anybody in chat who's helping, because again, I'm trying to understand the mutability, right? Because I know how Rust works and that it's mostly immutable. So passing and all that kind of stuff is something I'm still fully like, okay. So here's the question. If in the scenario here, this is a command, right? This is a command that we're using as a CLI tool. I have a optional parameter that if I want to, right, I want to have to basically be able to override that if I declare it. Right now, again, I don't know if this is the best idiomatic Rust code, so this is where, right, I'm trying to ask you guys here, right? So what I'm doing is basically I'm making a mutable variable, right? And we say, all right, string from build.json, right? So this gives us our string, right? And then we say like, okay, well, if the CLI tool has config and we have something, right, then that is a pointer. And then what we do is we just say C2 string, right? We populate that and we say, okay, well, config path is now this. So would it make more sense to just clone it, right? Or would it make more sense to try and not from that essentially until, you see what I'm saying? Is it more idiomatic in Rust to clone it in this scenario? Or would it be more idiomatic in Rust to be like, okay, how can I figure out how to do this by just passing the pointer? What's up, Sebman? How's it going, buddy? Hello, hello. I would pass a reference. Okay. That seems like the better decision as well. So then here's a question. I think what I need to do then is I need to do something like this. Like I need to inverse this basically, right? And we need to say like this equals this, right? There we go. And then this although this is a, so, okay, so I guess here's another question, which is how do I make a reference? Because I'm doing just a, whatever I forget what this is, the like set. Well, I guess we don't really have to change it. So I guess this might still be fine. You got me? Yeah, okay. Yeah. How do I, yeah. Do what you know what I'm trying to say. I love it when like you know programming languages, but you're like, how do I do the thing I'm trying to tell you? As ref, and then param as ref. Interesting. So what you're saying is that, hold on, let me get my function down here so that I can like do this, right? So let's just do this. Read file, and then this is going to be config path as well. And so you're saying that then the both, oh, as ref. Oh, that's bitchin'. That's super cool. I like that. Okay, so as reference, used to do a cheap reference to reference conversion. This trait is similar to as mute, which is used for converting between mutable references. That's pretty cool. So it's just like a little helper function that sits on your parameter, and then you're like, all right, this is what I actually want. And if I have to change it, then I will. That's pretty nice. Did I do that right? Oh, I'm missing a thingy. Can't I just convert the code to the language I want? I mean, yeah, I could technically. Oh, name. Oh, wait. Does it have to be? Wait, what? I see. Hold on. Maybe I don't see. Hold on. Let me see this. So you're saying that the typecasting goes here? S as ref string. Param S. Oh, I see. So you're casting it here, or you're setting it here, and then you're casting it over here. Is that like, is that be? So does that mean if I wanted to do like something else, I'd be like Y and then like this, and I could be like Y. Your keyboard is broken. I know. I hit it with my head really hard one day. Consider further restricting this bound. Convert as ref to get the value. So what does this mean? Consider further restricting this bound plus standard convert as ref, standard path. So it seems like maybe it's saying that instead of giving it this, it wants me to give it a path instead. So that means that we'd have to transfer, we'd have to get this, we'd have to turn this into a path. Oh my God. I have so many chat GPTs. How do I convert a string to a path type in Rust? Talk, I'm gonna just learn all of my Rust through chat GPT. I love it. Yeah, pardon me for being like a complete corporate sellout and just getting regular Starbucks today. I apologize. It really is. Yeah, it really is the new Stack Overflow. Yeah. Like, if anything, Stack Overflow's butt cheeks just clenched when they came out. Oh, it's just path buff from. Oh, come on, man. You could have given me that. We could have done that sooner, okay? We could have done that a lot sooner. All right, so let's say let path equals path. Dude, look at tab 9 just coming in. I love it. I love tab 9. Config path. So here's a question. Oh, I need a semicolon. So here's a question, chat. Hold on, actually. Path. And then this is as ref, right? Yeah. Yep. I think I'm getting it now. Path as ref found in standard crate implement as ref path. No? Did I do this wrong? Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? Is it just this? Oh, we're good. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, I see. It's my stupid friggin'... Yeah. I gotcha. So we're good here. We're good here. Nice. Yeah? This is good? I mean, it looks like it's okay. It looks like we haven't upset it. Read to string. So then let's do this. Print line result. No information available. Why? Oh, because you're a string? Print line. Okay, so let's try this, chat. Format argument must be a string literal. Oh. Is it like string from result? No. Oh, right. I'm sorry. I hope... Dude, I work in too many languages. I always forget about this. Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. Read to string. So this isn't file. Oh, you know what? We don't need this anymore. Yeah, because we're using the match now, right? So we literally just... I mean, in a lot of ways, we kind of just like... I guess here's the question: is like, is it common to use match and matches, like match? You know what I mean? Like, is that, you know, you feel me? You don't need the asref anymore. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I don't, because I just passed the reference. Yeah, unless you care about path buff. No. Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So you're saying that we could just do path now, right? Or no, path. Whatever this is, we can just pass. We can pass this down. A reference to a path, yeah. So this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Okay, so here's my next question with regards to Rust, right? Like this CLI tool, we've already got like a match in a match here, right? Now honestly, what might even be better is it actually, you know what I think makes more sense is for us to join this logic so that this function has a little bit more of like value to it. You know what I mean? So we actually, I think we do want to go back to this, right? So as ref, no, sorry, as ref, right? str, and we'll do s, right? You feel me? Because then what we want to do is as ref, right? And then we'll do path here, right? So then this is just config path as it was before. Yeah. And now we actually like have the path parsing so that we actually like do that and pass an actual path here. So string up in here, reference string up until here. This is when we say like, okay, as reference, populate path, and then get our results. The question operators is the syntax for cleaning up lots of matching results. For cleaning up a lot. What does that mean, Dirk? You don't have when you provision resources in the public cloud and you have to deploy your app to multiple environments, pre-prod, prod, multiple accounts in multiple regions, do you have a file or source of truth somewhere that dictates where? Nothing. You're doing great. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. I appreciate that. That really gives me a load of confidence. You're doing great. Just keep tripping. Do you have a file or source of truth somewhere that dictates where you will be deploying your app to? Pre-prod, region, prod, EU. So the easiest way to describe how I achieve what you're talking about, Armadon, is I try and have one general automation like repository that's everything that I need for an environment, right? So if an environment needs S3 buckets, cool. We make a basic, S3, bunch of S3 buckets, and we program it so that we can pass the parameter of the environment to it, basically, right? So for example, if I'm like, okay, I want to deploy dev, right? I say like, okay, here's my automation. The environment variable is dev. Go deploy all of my resources, right? And so in that case, then it'll deploy everything that dev needs in the location that it needs and whatever, or all the buckets it needs and all that good stuff. So here's the next thing, right? It's when you say like, okay, like what region and things like that. Those are just more variables that you pass to that base repository. And then whenever you make a change to that one base repository, it populates in all of your other environments, right? So I guess what I mean to say is this: as long as you have your, automation in a way where you can pass down what region and things like that, then you can totally do it. But I mean, I guess that all I'm trying to say is like, that's up to you if that's something you want to do or, or not. But that's basically how I achieve it. I have like one environment automation thing, Okay, so this should actually fail. So if I do like print line error, right? This should be an actual error. And so if we do like error dot, if I just do error like this, will it give it to me, or do I need to like actually like string it, I guess? Right? You can do print line error. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's a bit of a Rust or a Go thing as well. In Go, you have to like do it. Nice. Argument never used. What? Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha. You're good. So you're saying do it like this? Or before it? Like this? like that. That's what you're saying. I mean, I'm not getting any errors, so. Inside it. Oh, okay. So is it always inside it? The brackets basically define. I see. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the help. Yeah. Okay. So if that's the case, then we can do the same thing down here as well, right? We can do this. I gotta like hit Control Q harder. There we go. Did I raise my keyboard? Dude, I have a whole new rig underneath my keyboard. All right, so hold on. Before we go any further, or before we start talking about keyboards and stuff, let's check this out. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is I'm giving ourselves just a little bit more debug here. Config path dot, and this should be, okay, so then this should be string from config path, right? I gotta give it a stupid semicolon. Former argue. Oh god dang it. Okay. Gotta remember. I got it. It's okay. I got it. I got it. I just gotta remember. Okay. So here's what I want to do, chat. Here's what I want to do. That's a weird shebang. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to run this program, and I want it to fail. However, the way I've programmed it, we should see the path that it uses. So in this case, it should be build.json, right? Directly in the path that, or in the route that we're in right now. And then we're going to check to see if it exists. If it doesn't exist, we should fail right here, right? And it'll be like, can I just say like, doesn't exist, right? Something like that, right? And then like here, we can say like, unable to read. All right, so we at least know the differences between the errors. So instead of string from, you can just debug format it. Oh, what is the debug format in that regard? dbg config path. Interesting. Oh, that's the debug format. So I could do this then too, right? If that's the case, then could I just do this? I see. Okay, yeah. Got it. Okay. All right, let's give this a shot. Bam. Hell yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. Awesome. So my config.json, it doesn't exist, right? So we failed. However, my config.json still got read again. So I guess here's a question. Is there like how do I throw? Like, I guess I can just ask ChatGPT. How do you throw fatal errors in Rust? Because that's really what we want to do. We want to throw a fatal error. Is it panic though? Because isn't there like a fatal? Is there not? That's the only way to do it is with panic? Yo, what's up, Owen? How's it going, buddy? What's up, everybody? Hello. Or just return because it's the main function. Right. I'm gonna refactor these though, so I'll probably panic. All right. So this should stop, and we shouldn't get that third one. Yeah, there we go. So we panicked right there. Run backtrace to display a backtrace. Would this be the most recommended approach to handle this, like in a CLI tool? Right? Like if I was in because remember, if this is a CLI tool, like we just need to stop, right? Like there's not extensive error handling that has to be done here. Like again, I know I could return here, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Nick? How's it going, buddy? Making main return result is best in my opinion. here. I'd suggest learning how to use the anyhow crate. Okay. And the bail macro. Idiomatic error handling. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, you got to show me, chat. That's why I'm asking. Like, I understand it in some regards, but like, that's why I'm simply asking, like, so is dot expect, okay, but so here's the thing though, is this is in the match. Yeah, go for it. Kind of hard to share. Well, do the, use gists. Use gists or gists or whatever they're called. Those thingies. Yeah, just use those thingies. They're public and they're free. Just use that. And just remember, chat, we can share links and stuff, but I need to be able to continue, like, you don't have to match it that way. So wait, okay, so I know. So what you're saying is that like I could do it this way too, right? FS read, or no, FS metadata, right? Metadata, config path, right? Dot expect, right? And then I could do something like unable to read file, right? Right? Like, isn't this basically the alternative? Something like this, and then be like, whatever. Let contents equals. And then you don't have to match okay to error. So like, but like that, does that kick me out here? Right? Like, what is, you could take a step further. It panics. Okay, so expect actually panics if error. Panics if value. Okay, I see. Okay. So that, okay. So for a simple pattern match like this, it's really not needed, right? Is that what basically I'm kind of getting here? Is like, for something simple like this, it makes more sense to use expect. So like, like how often is expect used? Look up, okay. Okay, let's take a look here. If let, here, let's zoom in so that you guys can see this too. Oh God, can I not get rid of this massive, there we go. All right, for some use cases, when matching enums, match is awkward. Yeah, exactly, like what I'm doing right now. Yes. Literally, yes. Okay. Make optional of type option. Yep, match some required. Match is exhaustive. Doesn't seem like wasted space. Yeah, okay, totally. If let is cleaner for this use case, in addition allows two various failure options to be specified. Oh. I see. Okay. Yeah, I've seen this used. Yeah. Okay. So what we're saying, I think I even did this, and I think Rust was like, you should do it the match way. I feel like I did this, and then Rust was like, no. So, okay. Hold on. I'm getting severely lost here. Read file in Rust. Or use anyhow with the question mark. I mean, I'm not going to use another package if I don't need to right now. I just need it. You know what I mean? So when we asked the robot god, it said to do this, basically, the expect path. Would we say that it was pretty accurate with that? Yeah, but see, look at this. With the metadata, it did this. Right? I mean, they do a bit more here. They do check to see if it's actually existing or not. You can also use the path exists method, which will return a boolean indicating if it's... Oh, I mean, that's way nicer. I think I'm just going to do that one. Right. Yeah. Sorry, let me rephrase. Which of these is the most idiomatic, or is it just totally preference? Right? Like, no, I get it. I understand that I could write this in either way and it would work and it'd be fine and whatever. But I guess my question is just that, like, yeah. I think I might do this approach though, because I mean, if it literally has, you know what I mean? Like, this kind of makes the most sense, right? Like, this is really the best one to do. Just use path new and then check to see. Panicking is generally not what you want. I would argue that it is in a CLI tool, right? That would be my only argument, that it is in a CLI tool. Function get something. Oh, sorry. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. So, okay. So let main some value equals get something else return. For result, you use okay. Yeah. Okay. So I believe let me read this properly. So you're defining a function called get something, right? Plain and simple. That's that, right? Also, Dirk, I don't disagree with you. If it means that we can bubble it up through result, then that seems like a good approach too. I just don't know that approach yet, so I'm learning. Okay, so this is returning an option. Is this like void essentially, or is this just saying it returns something? It is void. Is unit. It's like Kotlin's unit, basically nothing. Okay. Something. Okay, so you're basically saying I'm literally returning something here. Trivially I can't even say the word, dude. Okay, so some. So like, is this the equivalent? So is this typecasting this, right? Like, what is this? What does some do? Should I ask the robot god what some does? Why don't we ask the robot god what some does? Is the enum variant. It's a pattern match. Okay, so it's basically pattern matching to check if a value exists or not. That's what we're doing. And so what you're doing here is you're okay, I see. Okay. I get it, dude. I get it. Honestly, like, I've been learning Haskell and Nix and like all these functional programming languages on the side, and like I really love pattern matching and stuff. It does take a second for you to get your mind used to it, though. Okay, so I see what's going on here. So basically, we're returning an option of something, right? Which is this thingy, right? And then we actually say, all right, well, some, we're gonna give some, and we're just gonna give an empty something, right? And then what we say is that let some value, so we pattern match the return here, right? And then we evaluate it. And then if it doesn't evaluate to what we expect it to, we can directly else after it. Yeah, no, I know it's for the example. Yeah. But I'm reading that right. Right? Is that how I'm reading that correctly? Right? Yes. Okay, cool. Dope. Okay, cool. Okay. So if we wanted to change this, what we could do is we could say let some fs metadata, right? Config path. Oh, I don't want to do that. Or what I do, no, it'd be fs metadata. It'd be like this, right? Because I want to pattern match against it. Right? So it'd be metadata. Else return just nothing for right now. Oh, unexpected semicolon. Mismatch types, else, IO error. Found standard option. Nope, not exactly. Returns result, so some... Oh, that's right, it has to be okay. Yeah, right. It has to be okay. Right, okay. We're getting there. We're getting there, chat. Woo! All right, I'm excited. All right, cool. Hell yeah. Thank you, guys. Okay, so cool. So now... Neat. Very cool. So, okay, so I'm in the scope of this now, which means technically I just need this. But wait, what does that mean? Because this else is the failed, right? Rust typo build. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Okay, so is metadata now a value? Or does that mean that I need to act upon it like this? I feel like I'm missing something here. Is a variable within a value? Else error as a result. Right, so like, I guess my question is where, like, can I just use metadata here? Yeah, see, it's not available to me, right? Expected semicolon. Oh, I forgot a semicolon. Whoops. You can within the block. No, I get that. I get that, but like, this is my error block, right? Yeah, not within this block. How's it going though, Avi? What's up, buddy? How are you? Like, I feel like I'm getting this. Cran, I'm gonna be real. I do feel like I'm getting it after the block. But is metadata available to me? I guess that's the thing I'm missing is like, I don't see metadata being oh, dang it, semicolon. Yeah, format string literal. So does that mean I would just do, you're getting it, I think. Suffering through Kubernetes. I'm sorry, buddy. Right, yeah. No, I feel it. Dude, I feel it. Oh, that's right. Damn it. Okay. Damn it. I'm so close to understanding some of this. Okay. Meta doesn't... Okay, so then we do the debug thing, right? We say like, all right, YOLO. Right? Okay. So even though, and this is where I got confoozled a bit, but I think I understand it. I know within Rust... No, this is Neovim. I know that within Rust, there's a big play with scoping, right? A variable is moved from like one thing to another. However, what I think was not clicking for me is that this is being essentially evaluated, and this is the value, but this is like, I guess what I meant to say is like, because this was in the okay, I didn't think exactly. Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah. It's like destructuring. Yeah. That makes, yeah. Okay. I get that. Yeah. Cause that was what I was like, how is this becoming a variable? But I get it now. Okay. So then what we could do, yeah, we don't have to worry about any panics anymore or anything. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I like that a lot. Okay. And then the return result would actually be more valuable here because we actually have like, you know, things that we can return. Okay. I think I'm starting to get it. So read file. So, okay. So then that just means that we just need to do the same thing. Let, okay, contents equals fs. Oh my God, dude. I wrote it so over the top. You guys are so sweet. Dude, I've been doing this for 10 years, okay? You guys shouldn't be that nice to me. even I realize how oh God, that's so terrible. All right, it's okay. We're just going to move on. We're going to move on. Read to string. Okay, read to string. So then this would be config path as well. So here's a question. What if I just do this? Because I need to pattern match against the error. I see. Okay. I see. So then we have contents, right? We have this. So here's a question. How do I get my error in here? Right? I've been programming for 4 years. You don't. Oh, no. Okay. So here's a follow-up question then. In this sense, it's okay, right? That's why. Oh, that's why you use. So wait. So okay. So now that we've gotten this decently down, let's understand the question mark now. Isn't this like Golang if error null? Yeah, Nix, it is like that. Yeah. That's a good comparison here. Yeah. So the question mark thing, is that something I have to use with anywhere? Propagates the error basically. The clutch is catching the expect and automatically returns the error. Okay. How do I do that? Oh, is it? Oh, what's up, Max? How's it going? So you have your main function. Oh, remember, use gist, guys. Use gist. If you guys use gist. Oh, I'm Jose. Oh, well, hi, Jose. Use gist. Yeah, use gist if you want to show me really quickly. So change function main to function main result nothing. Okay, I get that. So this is what we're saying is with the result thing that oh crap, I just forgot their names. That what's his name was saying. Dirk. Yeah, Dirk. Dirk was like, hey, you return a result, return a result. Okay. So in this sense, placeholder. Oh, that's right. I always forget. You got to put it. Is it here? Wait, where do you put it? You got to have a type there. Oh, you have to have a type there. You have to have a type there. That's not all I type items. Oh. So would that mean I would just do like this? Takes generic arguments. And then would I give it like an error as well? This might be helpful. Okay, cool. Thanks, Control Skin. That's why you use anyhow. Okay, I see. Result. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like it's either going to be a result of nothing or it's going to be a standard IO error of some sort. Yeah. That makes sense to me. Result or standard IO error. So would that mean that we would have to do like return some like this? And then like none? Would you do none here and then like your error? Again, I'm just letting it like autocomplete for me. I don't Right, okay, is for a result. Right. Okay, yeah. My bad. Okay, I gotta remember that that's the difference there. So then okay, so then we do none. Would we do none and then error? Or would we just return error? One of the two. Just none. Just none. Yeah, no, I know the... Yeah, no, I know. I got that. So the return is redundant. The return here is redundant? Result IO. Because no, this wants a result or... It wants both returned, right? If we are returning an error... It'd be none. Oh, okay. So then we do error, right? Remove the okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying that I don't need to type return because it literally implicitly does it. I believe that's what you meant here. No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Here. I'll send. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're good. I was jumping ahead of myself here. I mean, I could also just ask the robot again if we really wanted to. In a function whose type is not the return type is not Would it just be error? Again, I know I'm just bouncing around, chat. Like, just let me mess around. Results. Okay, I think I see. Interesting. But 0. Enum takes one valid argument, but 0. So if I'm just like, whatever. Oh, sorry. Result error contains the error value. Thank you. I appreciate the gift. Isn't that what I basically have? Arjik? The topic was out of question. Oh, wait, no, you're good. Let me read it. 4 years in IT here and need a new laptop. Don't look at the types. Oh, okay. That's what I've got though, right? Oh, the question mark. Oh, I see. So you're saying if I just do this, that's all I need to do and it'll bubble it up to the top? And remove the okay. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Not that okay. This okay. Okay. I see. I see. This one. Oh. Oh, interesting. Wow, that is what we like to call some serious syntactical sugar. Yeah, that's that. So, okay, so what it's gonna do is it's just, oh, wow, that's pretty dope. Yeah, that's, so could I just do this then? Yeah. Wow. Dude, we like massively simplified this fucking dude, we went from like the biggest thing to like yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, no, that is cool. This is Rust. Yeah, this is Rust. Main will auto panic. Now that makes sense. It's not usually a good pattern on its own. Usually do want to do some error handling at the top. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, I feel you there. So then I guess like if I wanted to bubble it up until this point, right? Like, let's not worry about it right now. Let's build it out a bit more. And then we'll optimize a bit more, okay? I think where we're at so far is a pretty good start. So let's do that. Let's just keep moving a bit here, okay? So wait, so does that mean that no, yeah, we're good. Okay. So we've got the contents now and we've got read file. Now technically, I believe read file to string. Oh, we've already got that as well. So we don't even need any of this anymore. Oh my god, dude. It's like 3 lines of code now. Also, the question auto.unwraps for you. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, Trepa, let me read your thing again. 4 years of IT here. I need a new laptop, mainly for sysadmin and Python, programming, container. I'm in between a Mac and Lenovo. What would be your opinions, dear viewers and streamers? I use Ubuntu at the moment. If you want the complete, like, real developer experience, I would recommend, Linux. You know, I'd get a VM potentially. I would, you know, yeah, I would do whatever you could to run Linux basically. And yeah, don't know if Macs are always worth it. I am going to get one. Like, I'm just going to be real with you. I am going to get one. However, I am getting it mostly because I just like Macs, honestly. I'm a big Mac fanboy in some ways. Not always, but some ways. And so I want to get a new one mostly because I really do want to try out the M1 chip as well and like stuff like that. Like there's a lot of reasons why I want to give it a shot, basically. It's expensive. It's expensive as though. Like that's just the plain and simple of it. It's overly priced. Yeah, for sure. It definitely is. So I don't know. That's the best thing I can say about that. It's Neovim. Yeah, it's Neovim. Yeah. If you want to like just get up and running, right? Like you just want to get up and running, I would say Lenovo's are good, you know. Actually no. What are the System 64 or whatever? The one that Tej has, System 76 something like that. 6. What is it? What's the one that Tej has got? Oh, dude, Trepia, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Pink, Hibbs, Zubsup, Slight, and Maddie, please be sure to thank your gifted subber. Trepia, thank you for that. System 76. Yeah, System 76. I like Helix by the... somebody asked me about Helix. Sorry, I didn't get around to answering that question. Let me answer it really quick. Hold on. But before I do that, you could also take a look at this company. I've heard good things about this company. Mostly from like my friends Prime and Tej, but yeah. They seem to really like the System 76 laptops as well. I think these are good. I think Lenovo's are good, and I think MacBooks are probably the best ones that I would suggest. Instead of doing print variable, I'd suggest checking out debug. So isn't it literally underneath the hood basically the same thing? Is it just that you're not writing a bunch of like other nonsense? Is that like literally it? Is it just that, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that it? Don't forget the and. Do you need the and? It's not giving me a problem with the and. It's already a reference. Do you need to do it even if it's a reference? Yeah, if it's already a reference, I would say not, right? Yeah. I get what the debug does though. I'm picking it up, all right? Slowly. I'm picking it up. Does some extra stuff. Oh, okay. I mean, like I said, I have a ThinkPad. I think it's really good. I'm going to be getting a new MacBook. Like I said, I don't think that they're bad for development at all. They're just expensive. Like it's just they are ridiculously expensive. And yeah, System 76 seems pretty good, but I've never used them, so I don't have a ton of opinion on them. Helix the editor, I've never used it. I've seen some pretty cool things about it. I saw the guy do there was a guy from I think where Bash works when she had him on, or no, it was Neovim Conf. He was on it. I guess he's like somebody that works with Bash, and he demoed Helix, and you know, it was pretty cool. I don't know much about it though. I use Neovim. I'm using Neovim right now. Yeah. If you're using Samsung phone with DeX, I recommend getting Next Dock. Interesting. Okay. Let's get this a little bit further, okay? So mute config path, some config, debug, config path, so we can see what the config path is. Then we check it, right? We then try reading it. All right, so now let's run this and see what happens. Ooh, okay. So that's what debug does. It gives you like the line and like the value and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yo, Control Squid, thank you for hanging out. By the way, anybody new here, thank you for being here. I am BG. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Alta 4 stream. If you don't know who we are We are a co-hosted stream, basically by myself, as well as my good friend Tota. You get to hang out with me during the weeks and him on the weekends. He's brand new to programming, learned a lot of cool stuff, so you should definitely stop by on the weekends and say hi. If you're also new to our community, be sure to check out our Discord. Fantastic place full of nerds, geeks, you know, DevOps people, programmers, whatever. all those great people. And then, yeah, check out our YouTube as well. We have a new video coming out next week. By the way, chat, new video coming out next week on YouTube. Yes, it's finally here. The video you've been waiting for. It is finally coming. Yeah. So what does this code do, Mr. Streamer? So the TLDR is that we are making a CLI tool that generates templates for us so that we don't have to write code ourselves when we want to like update our pipelines or stuff like that. That's basically the TLDR and what we're building. So this tool is basically going to generate files for us. That's the easiest way to put it. Okay, so we've got metadata. We check to see if it exists. I mean, honestly, bro, do we even need this if we just can't read it? Like, you see what I'm saying here? Like, is there any need to do a metadata check when, like, if it just can't read the file, like, we're done? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we really need this extra operation here is my question. Lat base it is still in alpha, though. Interesting. We don't need this. See, that's what I thought. So then basically what'll happen is if we run this... No such file or directory. Yeah. So we get the same error. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. I'm down for optimizing. Hell yeah. All right. This is like the level of code I kind of imagine this to be. Okay. So let's do this now, chat. Let's actually create a build.json file, right? And let's put some JSON in it, right? So we're going to put like the name. We said that we have a name. This should be our example app, right? We have a language, right? And that should be TypeScript, I guess, in this regard. And then the template, right? The template is the other one that we've got. And this one should be Pulumi. So as a matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll call this like Pulumi GitHub, right? We'll say that this is a Pulumi GitHub repository. It's written in TypeScript. And the template we want to use is Pulumi here. So now if I run this, no such file or directory. Oh, my bad. Let's actually get rid of this. Bam. Yes! Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea like how pivotal it is that we just did that one thing, chat. What we just did, as silly as it sounds, is the first major step into saving yourself a ton of time. So, okay, so now if I run nix run generate without my config, it just reads the normal build.json. And if I pass it one, bam, then I get that, right? Now, if I switch this to my config.json, we get our data. Perfect. Does it use cargo? Yeah, it uses all that stuff underneath the hood. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, cool. So this seems to be working. Let's go back to build.json here. Let's go back here. Let's generate this again. Cool. Okay. So let's do this. So let's go back to main. All right. So now, chat, what we want to do is we want to parse this string as JSON. So we're going to say, how do I parse a string of JSON into a struct with Rust? Because I think it's a struct, right? So I'd probably have to use Serde. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense that I'd have to use Serde. Good old Serde. All right, so Rust, Serde. He is a Mac user. Yeah. Cargo add Serde. I'm going to the website. All right, calm down. All right, let me just do what I'm doing. All right. I do need to add the derive though. So technically what I need to do, nerd, is cargo add Serde features derive. So you didn't give me the whole command line. Did you cran? You did not. It's on you. I guess I need Serde JSON. Good God, why is it taking so long to fetch these deltas? Stick around, chat. If you don't know anything about Nix, you're going to learn a lot here. Go to the YouTubes. There is a dog in my front yard. I do not know whose dog it is. Every 2 days, it fetches from deltas. That is weird. Underscore JSON. Right, and then I just need to add Serde JSON as well, right? Do I need to add Serde JSON? Or can I just do Serde? I probably need JSON as well. Because it's like a parser. Yeah. 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 We're going to need both. Yeah. We're going to need both. Yeah. It's all right. I love you guys. You're the best. Seriously. Programming is just not as fun without you guys. That is for sure. All right. So now what we need to do is we need to actually go to our schema. Oh, we already have Serde. Dafook. Did I already set this up with Serde? I did. Oh my God. Although I didn't add Serde JSON. So, whoopsies. So here's a question. Name, language, Pulumi. Do I need to have these? You already have the command in your history, so I assume yes. Yeah. No, good call. Good call. Okay, so here's what I'm kind of needing to ask myself here, chat, is these enums, what do their values need to be? And do I need these to be strings, not, you feel me? Right? Because we're going to be parsing from, so like, how does Serde handle enums? Serialize enum as a number. I don't want to do that. I want to serialize enum as a string. Uh-oh. You feel me? Like, I want structs and enums in JSON. What? That doesn't help me at all. This is giving me no help. Oh, no. Twitch chat is way better than ChatGPT. For sure. Hands down. It's uncontested. Chat. How do I deserialize? I don't want these to be numbers, right? Like, we don't want these in our template to be numbers, right? We want them to be, enum representations. Maybe? I don't know. But, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if we go to our JSON, right? Like, this is our JSON file. But what we really want is we kind of want this to be like, you know what I mean? But, like, the problem is like, I don't want to have to put them in caps like that. You know what I mean? Reper. Okay. I might get up and go to the bathroom, though, because I feel like the coffee is about to explode out of me. Oh, my God. Look at the enum to int example. It has reper. Oh. Okay. Oh, God, I feel like it'll be so bad. Oh, you can do enums. You can do this. Wait. Does he really? Maybe I should watch it. Share the link. Promote the link. I mean, you know, we love Prime. If you have the link, share it. And then go subscribe so that you can also watch my front-end master's course when it comes out. Which it should be out soon, guys, by the way. My front-end master's course should be out soon. I'm very excited about it. Very excited. Okay, so here's a question. Can I just do this? Equals Docker equals Pulumi, right? It's like a nightclub about Rust. I mean, I appreciate it, man, you know? Ours is about DevOps. Like, right now we're doing Rust, but ours is, like, every stream is a nightclub in its own way, if you really think about it. Like, ours is the DevOps nightclub, you know? Not as poppin', but still good vibes. You know, and then Primes is like the Rust, you know, one. Teaches is the Neovim one, right? Bashes is the Go one, right? Like, trash is just trash. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but we all have our own thing. That's the point. That's the point. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, chat. You were not here when every stream was the same. You were not here. You do not know. Maybe some of you were. But like, back in the day, dude, like in the real day of science and tech, which is what we used to be in, it was just like all programming channels, you know what I mean? And just like people, like not even the energy to the same level that, you know, is today. It was very much like barely any chat engagement, like just sitting there programming, really. Yeah, you know, and it's crazy. It's crazy that we are where we are today. Yeah. TDD, but not that one. This brand's channel. That's fair. Yeah, drawing diagrams and writing technical designs is very much us as well. So I see Serde Repr creates derived macros that derive the same serialized and deserialized traits, but delegate to the underlying representation of the C-like enum. This allows enums to be formatted as integers rather than strings in JSON. But see, that's the thing, is I want them to be formatted as strings. So maybe it's already doing it. You feel me? Like, maybe it's already doing it. So like, does that just mean that like I have to make these lowercase? Excuse me. No. It wants it to be uppercase. So does that mean that like in my chart though, I have to make those uppercase? Maybe I should just like try parsing it. Let's just try parsing it and see what happens. All right, let's just do that. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so let config equals oh wait, no. Config, right? Yep, config equals from whoa. My auto completion is like not doing great right now. From str contents dot unwrap. Cannot find. Oh, that, wait, what? Oh, because I need Serde. Right. This needs to be here. Let's move this over here because I need more room. Serde, yeah. Expected found string. So then this should be as ref, right? Config. And then print config dot. So what, config, schema config string config dot, interesting. Do I have to resolve this? Some? Mismatch type, expected config, stream option. Okay, so no, that we don't have to resolve that. You unwrap. Am I not unwrapping already here? Right? So we've got contents as ref, right? And then unwrap. Streaming is more like mod programming. Config from str. Is that what we think? No, because this should be a struct at this point, right? Unwrap person.name. So why am I not getting the same casting? Oh, you want me to cast the actual type onto it? Okay, we can do that. Now it's a config. Well, no, I'm still not getting, and I don't have like name. Oh, I do have it. Wait, what? Config on name is private. Oh, it's private. That's why we're not seeing it. It's my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault. Yeah, it's my fault. Yep. Okay. Okay. So now config dot name. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. So let's give this a shot. Let's do debug. Let's do debug. I'm down to do debug. Config. Can I just do that? Oh, but I need to give it a reference, right? Yeah. Found expects. Oh, right. Wait, no. Wait, what? Oh, do I need a colon? Oh. Whoops. Oh, from function. That's one of the most annoying things about learning programming languages is like when they use colons and whatnot, you know what I mean? That's true. I do use Nix. Yeah. You're not wrong. Seems like you can add surname, rename all lowercase if you want to only parse lowercase enum values. Oh, okay. That might be what we need. Yeah, that might solve it right there, honestly. Yeah, that might be it. That's a good call out. We failed. Oh. Unknown variant TypeScript expected. Yeah, see, okay, yeah. So we are parsing strings. So, okay, here's the good thing. We are parsing strings, right? It's just, it's expecting it to be uppercase and we need it to be lowercase. So let's go back to schema now. And then let's add the macro or whatever. What are these things called again? Are these macros? Is that what these are? Serde. Rename all equals lowercase. They're a type of macros. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm... So like this one too, right? And this one. There we go. All right, let's try it now. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Parsing. Yes! We got it! Dude, do you know how pivotal this is? Like, this is big. Again, this is... So, you know, it's funny because, like, when I started first building this with Avi back in the day, I really didn't realize how just few pieces... Like, we're closer to being done with this in some regards than you're aware of. Like, you know, now we've got the config, right? Now, like, okay, so let's go back here. Let's do this. Hold on. Let me open up Notion really quickly. 1 second. How do I like Rust so far? I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think because now, especially, I've taken time to try to... So, like, I think the first time you try Rust, you hate it. I think no matter what, the first time you try Rust, in some regard, you hate it, you know? And I think that, you know, now that I understand, like, some of the... At least it a bit more to where I'm, like, walking around, you know, I'm getting comfortable, like, I'm understanding, you know what I mean? Like, I'm understanding it a bit more. I don't think we need that anymore either, right? Because it's here, so I should be able to do name. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, I think now that I'm getting it more, I think I'm liking it. Will it be like my primary language? No, I don't have one primary language, to be fair. But I mean, I do think that it will be a language that I use more for sure. I mean, Avi came in here earlier and he said, "Oh, cool, Hippo build in Rust." And that's because what he said is incredibly accurate. I'm building something that we've already built at Hippo that is solving a huge problem for us at Hippo already. And so I'm taking that concept and I'm basically saying, like, okay, cool. How far can we go with the same concept in Rust and how easy it is and stuff like that. So it's giving me a good opportunity to see, you know, what I bump into, you know, and things about the language and stuff. And like I said, it is also it's pretty simple. Like what we're actually building is just one command that does one thing for right now, you know? In the future, it could do more, hopefully, but you get my drift. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the explorative part of it. You know what I mean? We're basically quapping in Rust. Yeah, basically. Yeah, we very much are. Yeah. All right. So here's the next thing we need to do, which is you ready for this, chat? Now we need to set up our templating. So if we go back here and we talk about what we've done, right? Figure out how to read the JSON file and parse with this struct. So we've done that, right? Implement the CLI. So we've created a subcommand, right? Implement our templating engine. So now we need to do this, right? And remember, we wrote this up to basically say like, make sure we have a modern approach to building Rust programs in Nix, right? And we have done this. We know that this is done. This is just like a bulleted list. Okay. So we updated our Flake configuration so that Nix is working. We implemented our DSL, which was all like the, struct stuff and making sure we can parse it, all that stuff, right? We then implemented our CLI, right? So then we created the subcommand, made it so that we can optionally pass a config path. And so now the next thing we want to do is implement our templating engine in Rust, right? So we want to set up a Jinja-like engine for processing template files. So what we really want to do is we want to say Rust Jinja, right? And we want to see if there's like anything that is out there that we could use. And it looks like Tera might be a good one. So whatever, we'll give it a shot. 2.5K based off of Jinja. It's got 2.5K stars, 225 forks. Would this be a good templating engine, would you guys say? Yeah? Has anybody ever used Tera before? Can't wait till you learn how to make macros. Oh, we'll do that. Don't worry. We'll get there. We'll get all the Rust stuff. No opinions on this? All right, I'm just going to use it if that's the case. My experience with Rust so far is pretty good. Like I said, I've worked with Rust before, and I got comfortable enough with it to be like, okay, I don't really see myself using this again for a while. And so I stepped away from it because I really didn't have any use case for it. And it took me a solid like 6 months to figure out like, what am I going to do in Rust that's like a valuable thing for DevOps at least, because again, that's a lot of like what our content is. And so it wasn't until kind of realizing like, oh, like there's a problem I need to solve and I could solve it with Rust, which is building the CLI tool, that I was like, okay, yeah, let's give it a shot, So this is my first time like really building something that I'm going to maintain. I'm planning on using continually, you know what I mean? Like all that kind of stuff. Give me 1 second here. Let me know when you're down to chat so we can go over everything. All right. I just messaged my I haven't made a procedural in macro yet, but if you gotcha. But yeah, no, IPSAV, I've been enjoying at least what we've got so far, and I'm excited to keep going with it. Yeah. A powerful, easy to use template engine for Rust inspired by Jinja and Django templates. Get started. Okay. Tera. Default features equals false. By default, Tera comes with some additional dependencies required for the truncate, date, file size format, slugify, URL encode. So truncate, date, file size format, slugify, URL encode, and filters are as well as the now function. You can disable them by setting. Okay, yeah, we don't need all of that. We'll do that. So we're gonna go to our toml. Oh my gosh, I have a cat hair in my nose. I'm sorry. I'm just picking my nose like a mamma jamma right now. All right, so, and add the following to your librs or main rs if you're not using Rust 2018 or later. Yeah, we are, so we're good. Ow, that really hurt. Okay, assuming the Rust file is at the same level as the templates folder, we can get a Tera instance that way. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's get ourselves a Tera instance. Okay, so I guess Ellie's gonna let me know when. Okay, cool. I will say this, chat. I do have a very important meeting that I also have to get to later today. So at any moment I might be called into a meeting, but we're good for right now. They're basically compiler pilots. You get on stream, take tokens, and maybe it's not user friendly. Oh, interesting. Zal, thank you for the follow, dude. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So, let's do this really quickly. Let me exit out of here real fast, and then I'm gonna go back into this because I want to make a new dev shell with all of my packages and stuff. So cargo run. Actually, you know what I just realized is I don't actually need to, because I'm in the dev shell right now. So yeah, we're good. Cool. There we go. Pulumi get. Okay, cool. Dope. All right. So now what we want to do, chat, is we actually want to start creating our templates. So we're going to say template like this, right? And then we're going to create a directory in here. And the first one will be our Pulumi template, right? So this is our Pulumi template. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to work with a real case example here, right? We're going to go to our repositories. We're going to go to Pulumi GitHub. And the first file we're going to work with is the Circle CI file, because this is hands down one of the most annoying files I hate to deal with. So if we can automate this file first, I will be one super happy camper. All right, so here's the deal. If you're just tuning in, I'm going to explain to you what the CLI is or what we're building, okay? So before I say anything else, I don't care how you solve this problem. I'm making content on Twitch, and on top of it, this is how I solve a problem at a company right now. If you have a different way of solving this problem, I'm definitely interested. Don't get me wrong, but don't interrupt me and let me say what I'm making first, okay? Before we go down a tangent of why is BG not doing it the way I want him to. All right, so here's the deal. How was AFK? What happened? I'm about to explain what this CLI is. Thanks, Job. What's up? State the problem first. All right, so here's the problem. The problem is, and I actually made a TDD on this because this is what I do. The problem is we maintain a large amount of repositories which contain similar build configurations and other files that require us to and other files that require us to manually update each of them, each file individually when changes occur, right? So this is a very common scenario where I'm at a company. We have a bunch of different things. I will literally ban you. What did I just tell you, Nix? Nix, shut the up. All right? Okay. Thank you. So say, for example, you're at a company and you build a lot of things that are like built in Node.js. Some things are built in Go, right? And hopefully at some point you get to where you have these things standardized, right? They all run similar jobs. They all have similar steps. And so say, for example, you're like, okay, I'm at a point now where I want to make a change to our CI pipelines, right? Well, if you want to make that change, you have to go into each one of the repositories, update the pipeline configuration, and then, commit, make sure it's working, all that good stuff, right? The problem we're trying to solve here is essentially that, and any other file related to that. So it could be Docker files, it could be git ignores, it can be anything that gives us the ability to basically set up the configuration of the repository, jest files, like whatever standardized approach we want. We want to be able to solve this in a way that doesn't require us to, every single time we make these changes, go out to each one of these repositories, copy paste. So then the next thing we do is we talk about what we already have, to kind of get an understanding of how we organize and what we already have and what we make, right? So for Alt F4, our company, we have like 4 main repository like types. We have Docker repositories, which are just strictly Docker files, right? We have the ability of, making base images and then simply pushing those to, a registry of some sort, right? Those are our Docker repositories. The next one is Pulumi, and this is all automation focused, right? So all of our automation repositories, Pulumi GitHub, Pulumi Container Registry, Pulumi Network, right? Like all of our automation has its own simple CI system and CI like stages that each one of them follows the same. And that's why I'm saying Pulumi is the first place to super get started, and why I want to get started there is because it's also all of our automation, right? So I want to just like shoot this into your ear really quickly. Say right now I'm on Circle CI and all of my Pulumi automation is written for Circle CI, right? And we go, oh man, we want to move to so-and-so, right? But we don't have the new so-and-so configuration file there, right? It's the old Circle CI ones. We got to go in and change each one of them, right? In this scenario, the idea is that this solution should be able to just generate the file for us, right? I run a command, it generates a new updated version of that file, whether it be a Circle CI file, whether it be a drone file, whatever, right? And so that's why this is really powerful, because as an organization, I can easily say at any time, I can just disconnect from my current CI and go somewhere else, right? If I want to run half of something on Circle CI and half of something somewhere else, I could do that. I could have a Circle CI configuration right next to a drone, run half of my stuff on drone, run my other half on Circle CI. Or if I'm like, you know what, no, what I'd much rather do is I'd actually like to move everything from one thing. You see what I'm saying? And so like that's the power we're really trying to give to the developer here, which is like, don't be afraid to make changes, or don't be afraid to make, or do big changes, because even though we have tons of repositories, it's actually very easy for us to update these repositories, right? And that's the value that this gives us, is one change can easily be updated across all of the repositories, right? Or at least the Pulumi. So when we talk about what we have and what problem we're trying to solve, right, we realize that we do have some standardizations when it comes to like Docker, again, Pulumi. We also have Quirk. Now, Quirk is basically the thing that you guys see in chat, right? The bot, the thing that sends out our go live notification, like all of that stuff is powered by Quirk, right? And so Quirk has its own set of backend repositories, bot repositories, cron, front end, etc. However, you'll notice that it also has a Pulumi. Now, when we talk about the solution here that we're trying to build, we now have determined that not only do we need to solve Pulumi at a root level, where we have Pulumi repositories for our whole organization, but we also have Pulumi repositories for specific projects, right? Quirk has its own Pulumi automation, and so does our recording pipeline. Now, here's the really cool value out of this is whatever this solution is, if we solve for Pulumi, we're immediately solving for Pulumi in other places as well. That's the beauty of standardization, right? So even though I took this list and I was like, okay, well, we've got backends bot and we have Pulumi stuff here, well, we can simply say there's no need to worry about this, right? Because Pulumi automation has already been taken care of up here, right? And we have that dog fooding essentially, or that reusability that, saves us even more time. So even if we decide to make templates for backends, bots, crons, all these other things, right? We don't have to do Pulumi anywhere else because we've already got that automation that templating taken care of up here. And so when we talk about like, okay, well, what do we have, right? There's a couple other nuances to it. We've got repository types. We've got repository names, right? But then we've also got languages. Now, languages are unique because a specific repository might have a specific language, right? Maybe it's written in Go, maybe it's written in TypeScript. And so that also depends on what files you get, right? Like if I write a Pulumi automation in Go, I might have like a build artifact, versus in TypeScript, I might have like node modules and some other things, right? So there's a couple of nuances here when we talk about what do we have, right? And how do we solve it so that we can, make one change and then just like update it to a bunch of different locations simultaneously or whatever. The first one is definitely the types of repositories, right? And their names, or really the name of the repository is the first one. The second one is the type of the repository that we're generating these files for, right? So the name Pulumi GitHub. Okay, well, what type of repository is it? It's a Pulumi repository. Okay, cool. So then that must mean that it's a templated Pulumi repository, right? Okay, cool. What language was it written in? We wrote it in Go. Okay, now we know what the name of the repository is. We now know what kind of repository it is, and we know the language it was written in. Those three values are enough for us to be able to say, okay, well, we can generate files from templates that inject the name, that give us the specific type of files that we need, and also give us any kind of like options or things like that related to it, right? And that's exactly what we do here in our configuration DSL. So our configuration DSL enables us to basically create a portable configuration file, right? So this goes in the repository. This isn't something that, you know, stays in one place. This is per repository, essentially, right? And we redefine what we have. We say, okay, well, the name of the repo is Pulumi GitHub. The language of that is TypeScript. And then the template of that is Pulumi because it's a Pulumi repository, right? Now, the name here is completely abstract. It could be Flippity Florb. It could be whatever I want it to be called. But because we use a standardization of Pulumi and then the name of what that repository does, we have that kind of like duplication here. However, if you're like, well, you have Pulumi twice, why don't you just do like GitHub or something? We could. I will say this, though. It becomes difficult when you're like, okay, well, where do we want to inject the thing, right? Because we also have things that are like quirk Pulumi GitHub, right? And so I'd have to know another thing, which is like the product, right? And then maybe the product can be quirk in this sense. And so then we could say, okay, well, it's GitHub, TypeScript, product, template, and then I can create a standardization that says like, okay, we'll take, you know, the temp or take the product, put that in front, and then after the product, put the template, right? And then after the template, put the name, right? But until I have that, or until I even know if I want to do that, I'm not trying to make any over optimizing changes here. So for now, Pulumi.github is just the name, and the template are completely separated in that regard. Maybe in the future, if we want to get fancier with this, we can try. But for now, these are just portable JSON files that exist in the repository with these three values, right? Now, we've talked about our problem, we've talked about what we have, and we've talked about how we'd like to configure it. The last thing we really want to talk about before getting into it is how we're going to make it empowered to developers. And this is really through a redistributable CLI, right? Now, I've had many people already come in here and be like, why didn't you use Go instead of Rust, blah, 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 because I didn't want to, okay? That's why. No, I'm kidding. Mostly because I already know Go. I could have written this program literally 2 weeks ago, easily. I could have easily written this program 2 weeks ago, been done with it, and moved on with my life. However, there's a couple things about Go. The first thing is that Go has a built-in templating engine that is default to the language. And it's not a bad templating language. I don't want you to think that at all. However, it is a bit limited in the sense that it's more of a general use, and it's not focused entirely on like the same thing that something Jinja can do and things like that. So like when you want like filters, for example, or other things like that, it becomes a bit more challenging. And on top of it, because I'm so knowledgeable with it, there really wasn't much value for me to even stream it. Like I could just build it. Like I say, I could just build it in, you know, a day and be done with it, you know. Rust, however, does a lot of the same things, and it has a bit more of a community around open source templating, right? Whereas the Go community pretty much just focuses on the built-in templating and being like, that's the only way we really want to do it. If you're going to use templating, use the built-in templating. I personally didn't want to do that. So that's why I was like, you know what, maybe we take a step out of Go in that regard, right? If the most idiomatic way to do templating in Go is to use the templating engine, then, you know, I wouldn't be against trying something else, basically. Okay. Okay, cool. So anyways, we chose Rust, and so then we picked our goals, right? What we said for first and foremost is we need to set up our Flake configuration to the most modern approach, right? And so before we even wrote a single line of code, we set up our Flake, right? So if we go here, Nix Flake, you can see here's our whole Flake that we've set up. And I actually did move to Crane, by the way. Cran, if you're there, I did move to Crane. So this is the generated Crane setup. Now, there's a lot going on here, right? There's a lot going on here. I don't necessarily need to be doing all of these things, but my Flake does pretty much handle like testing, auditing, formatting, documentation generation, all that stuff in it. So we set up our Flake, right? So that we had the ability of building our software. And then we implemented our DSL and Rust types, right? And so what does that look like? Well, let's go to schema. And so here is our DSL in Rust type. So if we go back here and we say, all right, well, we wanted a template or a build.json with the name, language, and template, right? Well, what do? Well, we create a config struct down here, which is our base struct, right? And we say that the name on it, the template, or the name, the language, and the template are all attributes on it, and name is a string. And then we said, all right, you know what? I don't want you to be able to just use any string for a language or a template. And so what we actually said is we said that we're going to do enums, where we allow Serde to rename everything to lowercasing. And so if you use Go, Nix, Rust, or TypeScript, these will work, right? But if I use foo, bar, anything else like that, this should still fail in validation. And it's the same thing here with the template, right? Docker, Pulumi. So now that we have our DSL in Rust, right? Then we want to set up our CLI so that we have a subcommand that can, read the file, parse the file, and then give us the ability to use our DSL that we've created, right? And so that's literally what this part is here when we look at it. We have our main function, right, which we've got our result, standard error, right? We then create our CLI, right? And we say parse, and then we do a match here. And we say, okay, well, if the command is commands generate, then we want to get back the config option if it exists. Now, remember, this is an option that simply makes it so that if the config is not in the normal path, you can override it and give it a different path if you want. But by default, it's going to look for a build.json file in your current directory, right? So that's what we do. We basically populate the config path. We check to see if it's populated itself. If not, we then immediately use that path to read it to this contents variable, right? If it fails with our sweet little bubble up here that we learned, the question mark, it'll fail all the way up to the top and give us a standard IO error. Outside of that, then once we have the contents, we say, okay, cool. Now that we've got the contents, let's parse those contents, right? Because we need to be able to actually use them as a struct, right? And use them in our language so that we can template with them. And so we say, okay, well, now we're going to say from string contents as ref, unwrap, and then we cast the config type or struct basically onto it. And so now if I do config.name, you'll see here, bam, there's the name that should be for my config. And actually, if we just do this and we run our program, we'll run it with cargo. You can see here that the debug output I'm given is a struct of a config, right? With the name, Pulumi, GitHub. And look at the language. Right, look at the language, and you know what, chat? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna make this easier for you. Dude, I'm getting so comfortable streaming on stream now, like, or whatever I'm trying to say, that I literally like I have to make the font size bigger. I guess what I mean to try to say is I literally, yeah, I've gotten too comfortable to the point now where like the font size needs to be bigger. Because I'm looking at it and I'm even like, can you guys see this okay? So here, let me zoom in a little bit on this for you guys so that it looks a little nicer for you. Can the types be used to generate a skeleton build.json with the similar options you pass to the DSL? Can the types be used to generate a skeleton build.json by CLI? So you mean like an init file? Like if we were to do like build configs init, like something like that? That's not a bad idea. Oh my God. Oh my. That needs to be an, oh my God. You have no idea how much time you just saved me at Hippo. Because we have so many people right now who are dealing with initializing configurations that if we just did that, oh my God, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. We didn't even think about that. That's a great call out. Because then the DSL can just be injected right then and there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do that right now, but we'll do that here as well. Yeah, we'll definitely do that here. But no, that's a great call out, dude. Like seriously, that's a really great call out. Like I said, if you're somebody who doesn't know the configuration, it's immensely valuable to be able to just be like, generate and then just look at it. You know what I mean? I totally feel that. Yeah, that's awesome. I dig that a lot. Right. Yeah. No. I'm on the same page. That's a great call out, dude. I really appreciate that. I'm going to take full credit for I'm kidding. Oh no, I'm kidding. Here's the best part about it, right? Here's the best part about it, chat. Whenever I tell people where I work, like that I stream, and then they're like, "Oh, that's so cool. Like, how do you like it?" Da da da. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know. I really enjoy it. Like, it's something I love doing." And they're like, "Well, how many are they help? Like, did they help you?" I'm like, "Dude, they literally like solved my life problems." Like, yeah, chat is just it's the greatest. And every time it's so funny because there's so many problems that I have brought to Hippo that we've solved on stream, and then they've been like, you solved this while you were streaming? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, really? And we're like, yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize that you are all incredibly talented, knowledgeable, wonderful people who are all here, like at least in this channel, maybe not other channels, but in this channel at least, to help people. That's the vibe we give off. Like I just like I'm not great at trolling. I'm not great at like shit posting. Maybe in the future I will be. I don't know, but I'm not really good at those things. So for me, it really is like I have to shine through my technical knowledge and like the things that I enjoy doing. And so, yeah, you guys do that too, and I love that. I appreciate that like we all kind of do that here. You know what I mean? Communication is the best way of learning tutorials. Yeah, no, like honestly, these streams for me are kind of like, open door. Let's just learn stuff together, man. Like all of us. Yeah, like that build configs in it was a great idea. I really like that. Clap has a method to get the given subcommand so you can do something like, oh. I think that's what I'm doing, right? Isn't that what I'm already doing, Argix? Right? If we go to the main, isn't that what I'm doing right here? Dude, am I really about to write in 16-point font? But I think that's what we're doing. Oh, you know what? Yeah, the match. Yeah, match right here. Yeah. Do you find that teaching helps you learn better as well? I am using my own enum. Yeah. I think it gives me confidence to be wrong more. Because I see other people be wrong, and then I'm just like, well, what's the difference? You know what I mean? It is that like I like to, like I guess what I mean to say is I don't mind being confidently wrong. And then when somebody tells me like, oh, you're wrong, I'm just like, okay, cool, tell me what I'm missing. Mentoring is definitely different though. I don't do like full on mentoring. Like I guess you could kind of consider what's happening here mentoring, but we're really just hanging out. We're not really talking too much. Anyone found a way to run Manjaro on an M1 Mac yet? No, I have not though. I haven't actually set up a VM on my M1 yet, so I got to try that. My work sent me an M1 laptop finally. Finally I got an upgraded laptop. And so yeah, I've only gotten to the next part with it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So okay, let me do this really quickly, chat. Available whenever. Just let me know. All right. So let me go to the bathroom really quickly. I am like trying to check in on a meeting as well. So like I said, I might have to bounce at like any moment, but yeah, let me run to the little coders room really quickly. I really got to go to the bathroom. And then when I get back, I want to wire up the templating engine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up Tera, right? So that Tera can generate the template for us. However, Pulumi file, right? What we're going to do is we're going to actually do dir let me think here. So one thing I don't know if I want to do this with this one. For now, we'll do it. Circle CI file config.yaml. So one thing I was thinking is like, do I want to do I want to have the exact structure, right? So that basically it follows this structure to the T. That could be super helpful, right? I'm just trying to determine if I want that, which we can do. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to the Circle CI really quickly. Now, like I told you, I want to create a template. Now that you understand what we're building, I want to create a template. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to my first template. I'm going to copy in a Circle CI configuration file here, right? Now, there's a couple things that's interesting about this, which is, do you see this right here? Alt-F4 LLC Pulumi GitHub, right? This is the image that gets built and ran. This is a unique value, right? This is a unique value. So what we kind of want to do is we want to take Alt-F4 LLC Pulumi GitHub, right? And we want to change it into this name, right? Now it's templated. Now there's more things that we can do here to make it more templated if we wanted, but just to start, if you take the wires and you connect them, right? It may seem simple, but chat, I just saved myself time on needing to write this in any other repository, because now all I have to do is run generate, and I'll get a Circle CI file in the path that it needs to be in with the name replaced, right, from whatever this is. So technically, actually, this needs to be Alt-F4 LLC Pulumi GitHub, right? Because that's what it's going to build at, right? And so now if I run this, right, you see how now name Alt-F4 Pulumi GitHub, this name is going to get injected into this Circle CI template, right, wherever name exists. Oops. Right here, right? So this value will get updated and then the file will get generated. No more needing to write files. Hey, I need a file, or I need a repository to quickly have the latest version of Circle CI templates. Cool, done. That easy, chat. That easy. So I wanna hook that up next. I wanna wire up the templating engine so that when we run this, we actually get, we actually get something. But I'm gonna go to the bathroom first, okay? So let me go to the bathroom first. Because I gotta go. The coffee's flowing through me, and you guys have been fantastic. Listen, if you are new to our channel, be sure to check out that little blurb right there. Basically, this is a variety channel hosted by myself, BG, as well as my good friend Toda. You can hang out with me during the week where we do DevOps, programming, infrastructure, all that kind of stuff. And on the weekends, you get to hang out with Toda, who is brand new to programming. He's just getting started, and so he's learning things like TypeScript, how to build backend, how to build front ends, how to connect the two, and the whole theory between the sweet juices of which we deal with daily. So be sure to check out whether the weekdays or the weekends, and we hope to see you regardless. If also be sure to check out our YouTube. Two things, right? The first YouTube is our main YouTube where we basically have all of our curated content. There is a new video coming out at the end of this month, meaning next week, Monday. There's a new YouTube video coming out. Be sure to subscribe to that so that you get it. It is the new Nix video that I'm going to be dropping. And then also, if you guys want to catch any of our VODs, be sure to subscribe to the Alt-F4 archives. And you can go through all of our playlists where you can see any past specific topic, and or just scroll down, you can see all the other things. And like, for example, we have a whole section here on Nix and Nix OS where you guys can take a look and see some of the things we've done in the VODs and whatnot. So yeah. Also social media and the Discord. Yeah, check out the socials, join the Discord, really cool people, all that good stuff. CCNA or DevOps first? CCNA? Oh, I mean, those are kind of different problems, the Lensta. I would say if you're trying to go networking, CCNA, but DevOps is a practice, right? DevOps is a practice. It's not really like a certification or anything like that. Yeah, dev with training wheels, exactly. But what's up, the Lensta? And Ringed, how's it going? Hey guys, for a reference, what's the size of the company or what's the rate of creating repos of this site? I'm assuming you might not need this for 2 or 3 projects. No. I would say Foo Banana, if you've got at least 10 projects, this could help you, right? 10, 20. Like at Hippo, we've got 200. So at any given time, I have to generate like 75 new repository configurations all at once without hoping they don't break in the meantime too. So yeah. What's up, Oscar? How's it going? Rust, by the way, indeed. All right, I'm gonna take a super quick break. Let me go to the little coders room. I'm gonna run an ad. Yeah, dude, we're doing Rust. Z, what's up? I'm gonna run a quick ad. If you guys don't know why we run ads during our breaks, it's basically because Twitch wants us to. And if we run ads during our breaks, you don't get as many ads after. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a super quick break. I'm gonna run an ad as well. When I come back, we are going to hook up the templating engine, and then, like I said, I'm gonna probably get pulled into a meeting at some point here to have to work on something with somebody at my work. But give me a brief minute. I will be right back. See you in a second. BRB. Hi, I'm back. So I wanted to talk about something really quickly. Hold on. And let me go to full cam here. So I want to ask you guys something really quick. I want to think about this really quickly before we go back into programming. I'm torn a bit here because I feel like we could open source this. But after everything I've just shown you guys, like the DSL and everything is so specific to me that it's almost like to have this work the way that you want, you need like something that allows you to like define a schema and then also define your templates. You know what I mean? Because like the templates are also specific to me as well. So like I could make it public and even just like put it out there, but like it's going to have all of my build templates in it. You know what I mean? And the configuration is going to be all focused on like how I build things, right? It'll have like Circle CI templates. And so like I don't know how valuable of a tool this is as an open source product versus like me showing you how you could build this at your company, you know? Because I feel like outside of the, you know, simple Rust stuff that I've done, I don't really see, you know what I mean? I don't really see how you could take this. Because like, okay, let me put it to you this way. There's a streamer, his name is Car, I think is the name, a Car. He's a really cool guy. He was building, which is funny because he started building something kind of like this. And I told him, I was like, that's funny that you're building that because we built something like that at where I work. But the way that he approached it was to try and like open source it and make it your own. And I liked his approach, but it wasn't dynamic like this is, in the sense that his kind of like just took snapshots of files and then allowed you to regenerate those files, right? So it didn't do the same thing that we're doing, in the sense that like it give, you know, like with Hippo and like what we do with Hippo build, we allowed like a configurable DSL that you can provide, and then you get, you know, templates out of that. But what he was doing was basically like, I have these template files. I want to just snapshot them basically and then run a command and regenerate them. And again, it's not a bad idea. Like it was a very cool approach to handling it. And I liked that idea of like, you know, kind of like decoupling the configuration from the application. But I don't know. Again, I don't know how much value that really provides. Like technically, if you wanted to, you could say like, all right, I'll allow you to define a schema in JSON, and then that schema would allow you to then, you know, define your configuration and stuff. But I don't know. Anyways, here, let's get back into it. But it's just something I was thinking about. How exactly would you open source this thing? You know what I mean? Like how exactly would you do that? All right. So I'm not going to worry about that right now, though. Let's keep moving forward while I have the time that I do. Okay, so config. We have our config now parsed, which is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And we've got it even in debug. So now we need to set up our template, and we've got it copied. So assuming here, let's just do this. Let's make our lives easier. Let's move this over here so that we have it. Only if someone wants to do it one-on-one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so use globbing. Okay, so we can say new templates. Okay, HTML. Compiling templates is a step that is meant to happen only once. Use something like lazy static to define a constant instance. Interesting. Okay, so this loads all of our templates. Got it. And then this tells it which one to render. Got it. Okay. So let's give this a shot. So we'll use the globbing approach for now. So You could group templates by language folder. See, that's the hard part too, is which is more important, the language or the template type, right? That's its own that's its own like thing. Tera equals match. Give me that snippet. Tera new, right? And then we'll say templates. Thanks, tab 9. Can I... Interesting. I wonder if I could just do that. Mismatch, match is expected. Oh, I need to have... Oh, sorry, yeah. So this is a result, so we need to have this, and then error instead, right? And here we put E... Here we'll put T E missing semicolon. Oh, I gotta remember the semicolons. So okay, so we're doing another match thing here, but technically if we wanted to, we could do what we're doing here, right? As well, where we could say like let okay, Tera equals Tera new templates, right? Is that couldn't convert standard IO error? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Else. Oh, wait, no, but this is this a standard IO error that it gives? Templates. So if I do this, what does it complain? Couldn't convert standard error to question mark operation. So would I have to do an else in this regard? Right? So I like actually do the else and then like return. Is not return type is not fair. Okay. Interesting. But so we do that here. So oh my bad. You don't need the okay. That's right. I got it. I'm trying not to look at chat in the off chance that you guys are helping me. There we go. Convert IO to question mark operator. Because of this. Oh, why don't I have my I need to rebind my diagnostics pane thing to pop up. Dang it. I don't have that right now. The error type is different. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like that's what I figured, but I guess I'm trying to figure out how to find it. Cuz I'm just seeing result Tera error standard process exit 1 error parsing. So in this case, would it be better to use anyhow? Your issues will go away. Okay, so you want me to use anyhow now? Rustlang anyhow. Let me take a look at anyhow now. Now that I'm like doing this. Use result T anyhow error or equivalently anyhow T result as return type of any fallible function. Within the functions used to easily propagate any error that implements standard trait. We are building a CLI tool in Rust at the moment. That's basically what we're building. Yeah. We just started, so there's really not much to it. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Butsy? How's it going? Exactly. A CLI tool for generating build files. Yeah, literally. Yeah. Butsy, thank you for the 9 months. How are you? Hello. And welcome, Execute. How are you? Okay, I've pinged my manager enough to where he is aware I am ready for him to get on a phone call. So I don't think there's much else I can do at this point. He's probably just busy, which is fine, totally fine. I need to I need to make sure I get off at least in like an hour just to finish up a design plan that I'm working on for work, and then I'm good. CI/CD build files, which files would be like Docker files, Circle CI or CI configuration files, Git ignore, like all sorts of files. Anything that basically can be standardized. Just do use anyhow result and change your result to result. So, okay, that's a lot to unpack. like I now realize what you're saying. So, okay, so anyhow overrides the result. Is that what I'm getting? I'm good, OETC. It's a custom type. Okay. Again, I am down for magic, but I need to make sure I'm understanding the magic, right? I'm the magician. I don't want to be the audience member. Doing fine. Finished work, eating food. Ooh, what you eating? I'm hungry too. How are you? I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. We're getting through Rust. It's fun. It's fun. It's fine. Uh-oh. Is my monitor it is frozen. Yeah, you guys aren't seeing my screen update anymore. Hang on. Oh, thank God that came back. That was slightly terrifying there for a second. Okay, so it's a custom type. Okay, so basically got it. Oh, wow, that does make it really nice. Holy crap. Yeah, that makes it super nice. Wow. Okay. I see. So is it just anyhow by itself, or do I have to do I have any features? Yeah, okay. Anyhow. Oh, wow. It just immediately fixed it. That's pretty nice. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Also, we don't need that up there. We can do the templating thing here. Yeah, that's nice. I'll give you that one. Anyhow is life. Anyhow is love. Anyhow is life. I love that. That's nice. Tera. Okay, so we have Tera now. Oh, let me move this back over here so I can focus on Tera again. Okay, so we've got Tera now. And then it says that Tera auto escape on, register filter. We don't need to worry about any of that. What is this? Why is there just like an extra? That seems maybe, is that? I don't know. You need two things to render a template, a name and a context. If you are using globs, Tera will automatically remove the glob prefix from the template names. To use our example from before, the template name located templates hello will be hello. Is there just a way that I can just get like everything recursively? Because if that's the case, then that would just be great. Render one-off template, context, Bail? Okay, so it's called bail. That's what you were talking about. I remember you talking about. Hey, I remember you were talking about this before. That's nice. Yeah, that's super nice. I like that. Okay. Oh, so we need a context. Oh, wow. Interesting. How do you do like array? Yeah, data structures. Integers, floats, strings, arrays. Comma separated list. Dude, I'm enjoying these musics. All right, whatever. Let's try making a context, I guess. Like that's really where we're at, right? Okay. So let's go here. We're going to say let mute context equals context. Yep. And then we're going to say, no, this is a Tera context, not an anyhow context. Go here. Context. There we go. All right. Go here. And we'll say context New. Right. Create a new context. And then we'll say context dot insert. Interesting. Key value. So we'll say the name is the key, right? And the value is going to be config dot name. That variable name is creative. Which one? I don't know which one you're talking about. And this should probably, I didn't look at the type here. So what does it want? It wants a string. So string from like this. I always forget which one this is supposed to be here. Basically, you did context. Oh no, I'm not trying to be creative. I'm just trying to make it work, man. That's all I'm trying to do. Thank you, Tanny. I appreciate that. Coming in with the immense full feedback. So do I need to give it like the type, I guess? Is that what we're missing? What am I missing here? Oh, I see. Pointer. I see. Right, because I don't want to... Yeah. Okay, I remember now. I remember. All right, the name is all we need for now. Yeah, the name is all we need for now. Oh, wait. Or a struct. Oh, hold up. Context from serialize product. From serialize. Oh, let's do that. Yeah, that's what we want. That is definitely what we want. From serialize. And then what does it want us to pass in here? A pointer to the product. Or in this case, the config. So then, yeah, we don't even need to do that. Because now we've got our context. Result error. So does that mean I just need to add this? I think I'm getting it. Am I getting rid of ownership here? Am I? Where? If this is intentional. Wouldn't it tell me if something was moved? I thought it would have told me if something was moved. Only if you use it after it's moved. Oh. Okay. So here's a question. When you're passing anything to another function, essentially, should you always be creating a pointer? Unless you want, I don't know. If you want to reuse it, then yes. Or clone it. So what if I don't want to reuse it? Like I don't need to, wait, so what do you mean by reuse? Does that mean that any, like if I just like print line, it's technically moved at that point? Here, let's try this. Oh, god dang it. I'm sorry. I use so much Go and like other languages. I actually Go is templating too, so never mind. I have nothing to say there. I just forget. What was again? Like that. Oh, the debug. I should have used the debug thing. Yeah, so it's borrowed. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay, so that's what we mean by reuse it. Okay. So if we wanted to fix this, right, then we would do this. Right, and now it's not moved. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. I get that. Got it. I got it. Yeah, I get it now. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I get that. So does that mean that like, okay, so here's a follow-up question then. Here's like contents as ref, right? Does it make more sense to do that or just that or this? It's the same thing, right? Like it's just the same thing at the end of the day, right? Or is there any different from as ref? Do you even need context after getting the config? Yeah, I need a Tera context. I'm creating a Tera context. You mean contents? Oh no, you mean after we create the yeah. No, you're probably right. We don't probably need that. But this wants a pointer. This one wants a pointer. So then I guess as ref would be why you use that instead. I see. So the idea is with as ref, you don't use it again. You just create the pointer. Whereas if you create the pointer, you actually can use it again. Oh my God, I think I'm understanding this. That's cool. I think. Am I? You could just say yes if that was correct. So again, I'll restate it. So if I'm understanding this right, like contents right now is just a string. So I was like, I'm like, all right, cool. I want to make a reference of it. If I do it this way, the good old fashioned, just like ampersand approach, then I can reuse it, right? So like, let's go down here and see config is reusable right now. If I get rid of this, it doesn't take it because it wants a pointer. So if I do as ref like this, I get the pointer. But see, I reuse config. Oh no, I'm doing content. Sorry, contents. No, I could still use it. Yeah, it hasn't been moved. It's just an alternative. Yeah, okay. All right. In that case, then it seems like the best approach to do this would just to be normally write this. So here's another follow-up question. If I have a function that takes as ref, can I pass it just this? Okay, so they're interoperable. All right, they're interoperable. I got it. Thank you. They are interoperable. I get it now. Okay. So contents, they want a reference. So we make one. Config from serialize. We make a reference. Do we need this reference? I don't think we need the config again after we... You know what? We might though. Yeah, we might. So let's hold on to it. And then context is just context at that point. Okay. I got it. Or I think I got it. I don't know. Let's keep moving forward. Let's not jinx ourselves here. Okay, so now Tera render. Okay, so now it wants us to render it. So we're gonna say Tera.render. And then the template name in this case should be .circleci/config.yaml. And then the context is the context that we provided, except for it wants a pointer too. So we give it a pointer. And you give her one of these guys. Oh, I keep forgetting my dadgum semicolons. There we go. Okay, so what exactly does this do? Does this just return us a result string? Okay, so then I should be able to do like let template equals Tera render and then do question mark like this, right? And now I've got my template, which is a big old stringy string. Okay. And so now if I go down here and we do this and we say template like this. Ooh, chat, we might actually be on to something. All right. Go like this. Go like this. All right, let's give this a shot. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to scoot this over here. We're going to run generate. Now, here's what should happen. All right. So it should run the CLI, right? It should, well, technically it should set up the templating engine first. Then it should run the CLI. And then, oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. I need to fix something before I run this. This isn't going to work. So this needs to be, for right now, Pulumi. Right? Yeah. Or we need to say let, how do you do string formatting? Like, how do you do, like, string interpolation and stuff? Like, say, for example, if I was like, because, like, this should technically be config.template, right? Format? Okay. Let template file equals format. I like these, like, macros that they have. They're pretty cool. Hello world. And then so world will get concatenated into hell. Okay, cool. I see. So you are helpful. I never said, did I say you weren't? I don't think I ever said that, did I? I appreciate your help. Okay, so template. Yep. So that should be this slash dot circle ci config dot yaml. Oh. Isn't there like there should be a way where I contain, this is an enum. So I want to change this to a string. Would it just be string from? Like, is string from just used like a lot? No. No, that's not it. So actually, yeah, I need this to be an enum. You feel me? Template file. You can also use toString if it's implemented. You just you want strum macros? What? What does that mean? To string? Is that there? No, it's not implemented. So yeah, config.template is an enum value. Right? So I need the string value of this. Interesting. Sorry, I was just trying to see. Into? Some? Nope. But I just like tell it what I want it to go into then? Usually inferred input type. What is strum macros? I don't know what that means. But we're like very dangerously close here. Implement display for the enum. Okay. How doth one do that? Is that like a derive? Would I put like a display? No, that's not it. Implement display. All right, let's ask the chat god. How do you implement display on a enum in Rust? Oh, I see what you're saying. You'll need to define the method. Wait, so is there no other? I need these to be lowercase too, technically. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I didn't know that was a crate, dude. You just said use that. It's a crate. So strum macros like this. Okay. Set of macros for working with enums and strings easier in Rust. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Cargo, add. What is it called? Strum macros. Macros. whatever. Display. Into hello world. Gotcha. Gotcha. Argo? It's a like what Argo? There's like multiple Argo things. There's like Argo CI/CD. There's Argo workflows. Which one are you talking about? Oh, what? Oh my God. It's a GitOps powered CI/CD solution, basically. Every time you merge, it runs things for you. That's the easiest way to put it. That's the ELIF. So you'd have to implement all of that unless I was doing the derive. Is that what I'm getting? That sucks. Just like in Golang. Yeah, I got you. Deserialized, not explained. Crate has not yet been built. What? Yes, it has. What? We were just here like a minute ago. This is gonna fail, but maybe it'll just make sure the crate gets built. Oh, I can just do cargo check, right? Cargo check. That's right. Okay. All right, so we need to go back to here. Go here. There we go. And so then what we want to do is we want to say, what is it again? Strum macros. Oh, wait, I have it right here. Display. Oops. Display. I see. I also see what macros do a bit more now. That I've seen, like, you know what I mean? What this requires. And then there we go. We're working like a charm. Hey! All right, let template name. Now, there is something else I need to do, which is that I need this to actually be lowercase. So how can I lowercase this? Here you can add... Here again, you can add serialize all lowercase. Wait, oh, wait, didn't I do that? Maybe I didn't do it on that one. Oh, that is for Strum. Oh, so... Oh! I just realized what this is doing. I got it. Okay. That, yeah. I just realized what macros are. Okay. Or at least how they fully work. Okay. That's interesting. So it's just a series of derivation or derives and then their attributes underneath them. Basically. Those are procedural and macros. Or sorry, those are all these macros basically. You derive them, right? And then you configure them underneath them. I'm just trying to understand the structure here. Yeah, no worries, Z. Yeah, it really just like merge something, things happen. That's really what it does. Yeah, think of them as Python's decorators. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. Okay, so we should be lowercase now. So let's do this. Let's just do a quick print line on template file as well, just so that I know we're getting the right template file. To circle CI config. Okay, yeah, let's give this a shot. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let me give it a shot. No, see, what I think is going to fail is I think Tera is not going to find the template. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how am I going to do this? Because I want like everything, right? Like we kind of want just like everything. We want like every template. Pulumi circle ci config.yaml. Template Pulumi circle ci config.yml. So that definitely exists. ls Pulumi or template Pulumi circle ci config, right? And I mean template I shouldn't need to populate, I don't think. Yeah. So that does work. Advanced usage, of course. Another instance, reloading, loading templates from strings. Add raw template. See, I don't really want to do that. White space control, comments, data structures, expressions, concatenation, manipulating data, filters, tests, functions, control structures. Okay, this is not helping me at all. Did I make it template? Ah, good catch. I made it singular. Yep, good catch. So let's try this again. Good catch, OSC, good catch. Oh, whoops. All right, let's see what happens now. There we go. Okay, so it still needs globs. It still needs globs. But yeah, we are at least using the right name now. So if I just do that, maybe if I just do that, or this, or this, I don't know. Let's see what that does. Yo, Lithium X, thank you for the resub, my dude. 50. Holy crap, 15 months, dude. Thank you so much for the 15-month resub, man. How are you? Thank you so much. We're not teaching Rust. We are pair programming. That's fair. I just tuned in. I do not recommend letting Twitch chat teach you Rust. You should read Rust programming language. I'm not letting them teach me Rust, dude. I'm letting them walk me through it. I appreciate where your concerns come from. And yeah, I'll definitely, don't worry. I'm going to be doing much more, obviously, investigation and things like that on my own. So you're good, dude. He's like, I do not recommend you taking everything Twitch chat says literally. I don't. Trust me, my friend, I do not. But yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that, Sammy. And again, Lithium, dude, thank you for the 16 or 15 months, man. Thank you. Looked like a 6 for a second. Okay, so there we go, chat. Check it out. I'm a literal chatter. You are a literal chatter. We got it. And if we look in here, look at this, Alt F4 Pulumi GitHub. So here's a question. How can I get it to render with new lines? Like, how can I get it to basically look pretty? Because that would be the last thing I want to do here really quickly. Is there a way for it to do that? He was using ChatGPT before, and I think we're better than that. I would say you are as well, yes. Sorry, I was looking at something. I got distracted. Is there any way to get this to, or maybe it's just print? Maybe instead of print line, it's just print? I don't know. Nope, that didn't do it. Remove the... Oh, okay, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe. Right, like, yeah, it doesn't need to be in debug mode. I see your point. Hey, look at that, chat. Check it out. So, okay. Man, it would have been nice. I would have been cool if I... Here's the thing, dude. Explaining this in Rust in the DevOps workshop would have been really difficult. All right, so let's talk about what we're trying to achieve here, chat. All right, let's talk about what we're trying to achieve here. Remember, our problem is that we maintain a large amount of repositories which contain similar build configurations and other files that require us to manually update each file every time a change, or every time, or we'll just say when changes occur, right? So basically, whenever changes occur, we have to go to each one of our repositories, update these like Circle CI configuration, right? CI configurations, like all that kind of stuff, Docker files, whatever. And we talked about what we have a bit. I'm not going to go into super detail on that, but we said that, you know, we've got Docker repositories, Pulumi repositories, a bunch of like service repositories and stuff like that. And we've realized that we want to be able to configure these repositories with our own custom build.json file, right? And this build.json file is going to allow us to set the name of like the thing we're building, right? And that's literally how this gets translated right here, right? So here's our name, Alta4LLC Pulumi GitHub, right? Bam, here's our name, right? And then we said language, right? So when we want to deal with language stuff, say if we're building something in TypeScript versus Go, right? And then template Pulumi, okay? So now what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to update the build.json file. Say this is now, say like, oh, I'm going to give you an example here of exactly what we're trying to do, okay? So say, for example, I need to create 2 different repositories, right? One is a Pulumi repository for GitHub automation, and another repository is for, I don't know, user management or something. I have no idea, whatever. But say we've already defined that both builds the same way, they operate the same way, like they pretty much do the same thing, except for they just have different automation inside of them, right? Or they're built the same way, they just have different automation inside of them. So we say, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to first create my my first repository. And I'm going to create a build.json in that repository. And it's going to be called Pulumi. What did I say the first one was? For repositories. So we could say repositories. We don't have to call it GitHub, right? Pulumi repositories for all of our repos, right? So we say like, okay, it's written in TypeScript and the template for it is Pulumi. All right, cool. So now what I want to do is I just want to run this. Once I run this, look at this. Alta4LLC Pulumi repositories. I didn't have to write a single line of code outside of the configuration. So the configuration is the only thing you have to write. Now, I know this is a very simple example, right? But now what I want you to do is I want you to think about iterating over this for like a solid 6 months, right? Being able to inject like another example would be like being able to change resource classes and like other options that you're essentially providing to these templates so that they're overridable for specific circumstances. So say, for example, some of the templates need Docker 20 whatever. I could just make this a variable and then raise that variable to the configuration, and then the configuration is now what powers the actual, you know, what it needs. And so now if I go back in here and I say like, okay, we've got repositories, now let's set up containers, I don't know, some type of containers. And then I'm like, okay, generate. Now look, Alta4LLC Pulumi containers. I'm not having to write any code. There's no code being written here, chat, right? Outside of, again, the very simple 3-line, 5-line configuration file, 4 lines, sorry, configuration file. No, sorry, 5-line configuration file, right? That's it. And what's cool is like, here's another thing. So say, for example, I have these 2 repositories. They're set up now with this build configuration and all that stuff. And then I go in here and I'm like, oh man, you know what? The Circle CI template now needs a whole new command. We need to, not just log into ECR, but now we also want to log into Azure, right? Like ACR is what it's called technically, ACR, right? And so then we say like, we got some steps. One of those steps is to run a named command called login to ACR, right? And then command is just like, my command, right? So now I'm like, all right, cool. I wrote that, I know it works, and I want to put it in all of the repositories that need it. Okay, cool. So we save that, we, redistribute our CLI tool, and then we go back to that repository and we just do this. And then when we commit, it adds what was missing. And that's what we use at Hippo. This is literally how we make changes daily at Hippo to our whole entire CI pipeline, as well as all of our services and a bunch of other things too. Really without, being too concerned about the changes that we're going to be making everywhere, because simply put, they're reproducible, right? What we're really doing is we're making changes that are easily reproducible in any of our repositories that we don't have to worry about. Again, like if it's here in one place and all those repos are up to date, then it's there everywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah, that feels really good. That feels really good. The next thing we'd want to do is we'd want to actually render this to the file system. I don't know if I'm going to work on that part now because I've been going for 4 hours and I also need to go do work stuff. So I think now might be a pretty good stopping point. We did a lot today. I think we really did today was a good programming day, chat. We got a lot of really good stuff done today, programming wise. I think the CLI tool got a lot more work done on it. We actually have the ability of, not just, running a command, but also being able to, read the config path, being able to unwrap the configuration or basically parse the configuration, be able to take a context and then pass that to our template, right? And then actually be able to render a template. The only thing that's really left is rendering it to the actual file system, right? And we'll figure that out. Like I have full confidence in us, but yeah, I think, again, another thing, let's see, that's really big is that there was a lot of learning done today. Like I really do feel like I got a lot more of an understanding now for Rust. And, I think, at least in the sense that like, I feel like now when I do go learn, it'll be easier for me to kind of like understand what's happening. Especially with like some big concepts, right? Like moving is definitely an interesting concept. And once you kind of realize that essentially what it means is like, once you give that to something else, it's gone. You know what I mean? It can't reliably give you that information again. Or, you can't change it again. It really helps you understand, especially like why you should use, or when you should use, pointers, right? And pointers are, I think, sometimes overused. And sometimes they're underused, and I think it really helps define when to use pointers and when not to. That's a really helpful, and really interesting thing. Boiling up errors, right? That's also really interesting. Obviously, there are multiple ways of handling errors, but I will say this, man. Being able to just put the question mark and then have it bubble up to the next layer. Is that common? Like, is using any way or anywhere, whatever it's called, is that just like a common thing that like a bunch of people, or anyhow, is that just like a lot of, commonly used? Why Vim? Because I enjoy it. That's really it. It is? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems very powerful. It seems very cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And it seems like you could still like bubble up and catch with it. Right? It's just you're catching up to the root of the result that you're catching the anyhow errors in, right? Like that, like basically wherever the root of the result is, it will catch anyhow under that. And so you can scope those and all that stuff is what I'm basically getting. When you look at your program does, I find impressive how powerful Serde, anyhow, and clap are. Yeah. Dude, right? Like that's another thing that I really wanted to make sure that this program was too, is I was worried about how much code was going to go into it, because like at Hippo with Python, it's actually not much. It's really easy to handle. And so I will say that, again, anyhow, and even just how we've got it written in general, like, yeah, anyhow, what did we say? Anyhow, Serde and clap, like, a lot of the work, if you look at the CLI part, like most of it's in, macros. Most of the setup is in macros where we tell it like, all right, 'cause otherwise it's just a simple structure and a simple enum. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy the amount of stuff. So yeah, if you guys are curious, like clap is basically doing all of the work here. We're creating a very simple CLI structure. And then clap is like deriving the parser for the CLI. It's then setting up the command with author, version, about, and it's parsing all of this from the toml, right? It's then setting up the propagate version as well, which is also, I think, coming from the toml. But yeah, and then it has the other macro of command, so it actually tells it that this is a command, right? And then we have a derive here for subcommand, right? So that it passes it as a subcommand, and then this enum is our commands, right? And then we have an arg. Like, yeah, it's insane the amount of macros that are helping. Like, yeah, it's crazy. 16 lines of code, and there's like tons of wiring already done here. Yeah, and so then we've got that. We've also got the schema, right? So if we go to the schema, this is all Serde and Strum, right? Where Serde is like deriving serialize, deserialize, debug. We're getting display from Strum, right? We then configure Serde to lowercase everything, and we also have a Strum serialized to lowercase as well for our enums, like all of that wired up, right? Same for this enum. And then our struct is being parsed, right? Or derived is using macros, serialize, deserialize, and debug. Yeah, like it's crazy. And then all of that is enabled, like just those two files and this file here is all we needed to make it so that we can read templates, right? Create a CLI, have a command within that CLI, have an optional parameter in that command in that CLI, and then also make it so that we can read the file, read from the file system from that parameter, be able to parse, and generate a template. Like, yeah, there's a lot here. It's called build configs. Yeah. Has a declarative. Yeah, I know about the declarative one. I don't know if they call it their builder, right? They call it their builder. I was using their builder to start, and I actually really think I prefer the I really think I actually prefer the class or struct based approach. But I don't know, like maybe. Like I like the magic. I just like knowing it. You know what I mean? Like that's my big thing is I like knowing the magic. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got to get to work. I got some other things I got to get done today. Can you quickly talk about to slow your Moonlander setup? I bought one and I'm curious how you use it. Yeah, so super fast to go over my Moonlander. Basically, I have my Moonlander, and now that I'm like done programming, I can show it to you really quickly. I have my Moonlander on what is called the platform, which is this guy right here. So my Moonlander is actually raised up a bit higher. So if you're interested in having this, I recommend going to the ZSA website. They do have it for sale. So I do have this. That's the first thing to start with. My Moonlander is a bit greasy as well. Sorry about that. So my Moonlander is basically set up outside of it being on the platform, completely in Oryx. So if you want to know like my actual configuration, you can just do !@ keyboard and chat. There you go. It'll pop up in a second. If you're curious on how Serde works on John, who did a stream on that? Oh, nice. There we go. Yeah. Just go check out the Oryx map. You'll be able to see a lot of what I'm doing and stuff. The TLDR, the biggest thing, Josnig, I think is how you say your name, Jos. I'm gonna say Jos. Is that most of my most important keys have been moved to near my home row, right? So like my escape key is like right here, right? And I do have a few layer switches and stuff that I can do. Like that's a whole other layer that I can switch to and like control my mouse if I want to. Here, let's see if I can get it over there. There we go. See, I'm controlling my mouse with my keyboard. Cool, huh? Stuff like that. And then I have a gaming layer as well, which like you can see here, it shows WASD because that's what I game with. Yeah. I would just check out the map. But all right, guys, again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. Remember, tomorrow, chat, is a Totus stream, so I hope to see you guys there tomorrow at a Totus stream. He's going to be continuing his work on MGRC, which is his monthly game release calendar program that he's been building for a while now. Again, this is something that's introduced him to programming for the first time. He's getting to learn how to build front ends, how to build back ends, how to connect the two together in chat. You guys are along every step of the way. If you are new here, here, remember to check out that little blurb right there. Basically, we are a variety stream hosted by myself, BG, as well as my good friend Tota. Though we do a lot of programming content, there will be other content that we are interested in doing in the future, like game releases and stuff like that. So regardless, if you're here for the programming or whatever else, thank you for being here. Thank you today. Thank you for all the other days. I appreciate you. Feel free to also check out our Discord. Fantastic place filled with wonderful people. If you're ever interested in DevOps, any of the things that we build, just in general, it's a fantastic place that is definitely, we're willing to help you. And we have a fantastic set of mods that are also there to help you too. So if you ever need any questions answered, Felix and Somni are fantastic resources. Outside of that, yes, be sure to watch Tota stuff for tomorrow. Be sure to check out our YouTube. There will be a new YouTube video next Monday. I've been getting tons of questions about Nix. We made our first how to set up Nix Flakes video, but my next video is going to get you guys introduced to what Nix is so you can at least wrap your minds around it. So I will be putting out a new video on Monday. Be sure to check out and subscribe to the YouTube. And remember, the Alta for Archives is our other YouTube channel where all of our VODs go. So if you ever want to make sure you catch a VOD, like for example, today's VOD will probably be posted. I'll probably post it tomorrow. But yeah, all of those VODs are on the archive. So subscribe to that too. Be sure to check out the social media as well. All that good stuff. Send him out. Okay, yeah, I'll get to it when I get a second. Like I said, I kind of gotta bounce right now. But thank you guys again so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Let me go find you somebody to enjoy and hang out with. We haven't rated Griffing in a while. Let's see here. Should we go raid Griffing? Should we just go say hi to Griffing? We've raided Acorn quite a few times recently. Make a stream to automate posting the VODs. So we have, believe it or not, Argix, that there's a reason why it's not automated entirely. But we've automated basically everything up to like the primary point. So don't worry. Automation is something we do here. And if you haven't heard of our recording pipeline, you should definitely stick around because it's something we're going to go over. All right, guys, let's go say hi to Chris. We haven't rated Chris in a while. And I got to bounce anyway. So, yeah, let's go say hi to... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no, never mind. He's playing video games. Okay, never mind. I thought we were going to raid somebody else really quickly. But, yeah, let's go say hi to Chris. We do a private stream and then make it public when it's done. It's more about editing it, Argix, than it is just publishing it, believe it or not. Yeah. All right, let's go say hi to Chris, though, guys. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you tomorrow for a Tota stream. And if not, have a great weekend. I hope you guys are excited for the YouTubes on Monday. All that good stuff. Okay, bye. Have a good one. Love you guys. Bye.